In front of me, I have the Lenovo Idea Tab Plus, and I'll be going over unboxing along with a quick look at the device, its specifications, also the additions that we have right here in this package, as well as give you my general opinion about the build quality and just what the device has to offer for the price. So before I actually get started with the unboxing, I do want to quickly mention one thing. So I am in no way, shape, or form sponsored by any of the companies whatsoever. So whatever I'll be saying here is just strictly my personal opinion that is uninfluenced by literally any other person. And obviously, this allows me to just kind of say whatever the hell I want, which is pretty great. And I don't need to be afraid that, a company that doesn't like it won't give me new devices. Big whoop, I don't care. So anyway, let's just get straight into this. Scan my way in. There we go. And still have these to cut through. There we go. Okay, so here we have the keyboard case. Okay, I'm gonna set it to the side and let's move on to the tablet. There we go. I'm gonna set it to the side for now too. And and here we have our pencil or pen, whatever you want to classify this as. Oh no, it's one of these. So it takes a single, what is that, AAA battery? Or is it seems, wait, there is such a thing as quadruple A battery? Holy shit, I never knew that such a thing even exists. There we go. Wow, okay, that's it's interesting. I have learned something new. Now, here we have just paperwork, so it's better left alone. No one cares about this anyway. Here we have our cable, which appears to be Type-C to Type-C. Oh, okay, nothing here. Okay, let's just heat that to the ground and move to the device. Okay. So, first maybe start with the device, and then I'm gonna kind of just test fit the case and talk about that. But device has a 12.1-inch display with this one specifically has a matte finish. I don't know if there's a non-matte version, but that's the one that I have right here. And it's actually pretty decently finished matte display. It also boasts a 2560 by 1600 pixel resolution IPS LCD display, 90 Hz refresh rate, and a brightness of about 600 nits. It boasts 84.1% screen to body ratio and a pixel density of 249 pixels per inch. And yeah, that's basically the display. In terms of quality for it, it's nothing that is standing out like super apart from anything else. So honestly, a little bit underwhelming. Considering it's only 90 Hz refresh rate, the brightness is below 1000 nits, and it's not AMOLED display. Resolution on the other hand side is decent. Nothing, again, like insane here. but considering the display-wise, a lot of the different things have been just a little bit, tad bit posted down, to say the least. I guess we have at least that. I personally always love to have a display that is a bit more on the higher end quality. So I would either want to have something like an AMOLED, preferably. That would be my go-to option. Then, for instance, increase in refresh rates up to like 120, though 90 is still okay, I would say. I would love that to be AMOLED display or OLED display and 90. That would have been so much better. Anyway, so that's just generally, there we go. Just generally what I think. A personal preference. Obviously, if you don't mind the LCD right here, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I just feel that, you know, these nice inky blocks with infinite contrast ratios, more saturated colors, vibrant looking ones are just what I personally prefer and what I like to see on devices. LCD, on the other hand side, is just a little bit lackluster in terms of how it looks like, and just, you know, AMOLED is so much better. Anyway, I'm going to quickly finish up the setup right here so we can see the home screen as well before I move on to the back of the device. There we go. So here's our OS. A little bit choppy at the beginning, though nothing really like awful. Let's see. I know. Here we go. So I want to quickly check out the about device. There we go. And we have MediaTek Dimensity 6400 processor in here. 256 gigabytes of storage. Okay, we have apparently 12 gigs of RAM in here. That is actually surprising. Wow. I wanted to click on this because I thought that maybe they're doing like 6+6 or some bullshit like this, but this just seems like a flat 12 gigabytes of actual random access memory. Okay, that's not bad. And Android 15 running on here. Now, this device was released in September 2025, so it should be getting update to Android 16 definitely. And for some reason, GSM Arena says that it has up to 2 major Android upgrades, but I'm pretty sure it should have at least like 4, considering European Union kind of, I think, mandates it, if I remember correctly. So I'm not sure what's happening here, but in any case, let's move on to the back. So let's select the device and take a look at the back, which is made out of, looks to be aluminum. Now, frame and back is just one big piece. As you can see, it just kind of wraps around. And it has this nice kind of rounded corners right here in terms of feel. So it does feel really nice to hold. I do want to give props for that one. Design-wise, feels super nice in hand, which I typically wouldn't think that about a Lenovo tablet. So that is something that I do want to just give them props for doing well here at this time at least. So at the back we have a single camera setup with single camera, not really a setup, and that is a 13 megapixel wide sensor that will do 1080p 30 frames. And then at the front right here we have another selfie, or another, just maybe more like just a selfie, and that is an 8 megapixel that does also 1080p 30 frames. Nothing really special. Loudspeakers right here, I just want to kind of make fun of this. Supposed to support, there we go, Dolby Atmos. By God, you will never really be using these crappy little side speakers as Dolby Atmos. So this branding right here is as useful as tits on a mosquito. So it just, you know, don't even pay attention to that one. I just saw it in a spec sheet and I found it absolutely hilarious. Anyway, moving on to the internals of the device. It has a over 10,000 mAh battery, to be more precise 10,200, that can be charged also pretty respectively at 45 watts. just to put that in perspective, this is a Samsung S25, the small one, right? It's a supposedly flagship device, though apparently Samsung doesn't make flagships by the same name this equally. It's definitely shittier than S25 Ultra. But anyway, this supports charging up to 25 watts. This device at a third of the price supports 45, which moronically is also the same charging speed as the S25 Ultra, which costs, what is it, $1,300? So that's great. That's great that a budget tablet can offer much faster charging speeds than a device that is supposedly a flagship phone that charges definitely a flagship price, but yet kind of forgets what the hell makes a flagship, which is pushing the boundaries. Samsung's only thing that has been pushing is your willingness to pay extra money for a piece of shit phone. So yeah. Anyway, let's get back to this one. So over 10,000 mAh battery with a decent charging speed, and there's two options of this device in terms of RAM and storage. So the one that I have right here is the higher end one, actually the highest end one, as it has the 256 with 12 gigabytes of RAM option. But there's also at the lowest end, 128 with 8 gigs and 256 with 8 gigs of RAM. Either one of these options, any one of these should be sufficient enough depending on what you are exactly looking for. If you need more storage, you can still go for the lowest end as, let me just get this little boy and find where the hell is, there we go, there's the tray. So you can go for the smallest one as this device supports this forgotten thing called an SD card. So you can smack in here an SD card and get more than 120 gigabytes of storage. So you can start loading up crap onto the SD card instead of the tablet itself. So you don't need to spend more money if you want this device for some reason, but you want to go for the the lowest end, so it's the cheapest. You can do that. 8 gigabytes of RAM is already, I would say, sufficient enough. Might not be the best kind of experience, but especially if you're multitasking, but it should get you through pretty well. Definitely single application tasks should be usable, no problem. 128 gigabytes, again, usable for the most part, as long as you're not planning to load up some, for instance, games on here that would take a lot of storage. So, and anyway, if you need more than that, you can always smack in that SD card like I mentioned. Okay, lastly, like I already did mention though, processor powering this is the Dimensity 6400. Now, this isn't necessarily the fastest processor. It's closer to like a low-end one, I would say. Though, as you can see, in terms of navigation, it's already doing a great job. It's not really lagging the device or anything like that. It's not the fastest, as you can clearly see certain things when you click on them to open them up. They do have a little bit of a moment where they just kind of freeze up and start thinking, what the hell am I supposed to do? Before they figure out, oh, I'm supposed to open. Okay, cool. So that's something to be expected from a device with such a processor, I would say. Okay, now this primarily goes over most of the specifications right here of the device. So let's move on to the case. So let's just lock that, move it for now to the side and take a look at this. So right here we have this bulge for some reason, and this is designed for obviously storing your pen. There we go, good enough. So as you can see, it does kind of interfere a little bit with the outside right at the side. It does have just a tidbit bit of that girth. On the other side, on the inside, we do have this place right here where the tablet will just kind of smack in, sit in there. And other than that, this is not detachable. It's permanently attached to it. I'm mentioning this because, what is it, Huawei's? They make very similar cases to these ones for their devices, but this portion is actually detachable from the keyboard, which is magnetically attached, and you can just kind of separate them, meaning that you don't need to remove the tablet itself from the back cover right here, like you would need to do with this device specifically if you don't want to hole around the actual keyboard and the case. Now, in terms of the keyboard itself, it's actually on a bigger side, as this is a 12-inch device. It does have a bit more room to breathe. So this is a normal keyboard, to say lightly, I guess, or loosely. So you can see the comparison in terms of size. It is very close to what could be considered a normal kind of keyboard layout. So this is probably what you would see typically on a laptop, honestly. Maybe a little bit smaller, as laptops usually are like 14 inches at the smallest, right? So they still use most of the space on the 14 inches size. But in any case, this I'm pretty sure already is at the size where typing should be pretty comfortable. Like, I don't feel too cramped on this keyboard. In terms of feel, it has decent travel, though probably not the best way to use it like so, as it does have a little bit too much of a flex, but this seems fine. Additionally, there are also spaces between them, so makes it easier to press. And this, honestly, very similar look and feel to ThinkPad laptops, also from Lenovo. So it seems like they just kind of yonked it, though the keyboard on those laptops feels better than this. So this is more like the shape of the buttons is there, the feel not necessarily. And surprisingly enough, on top of that, we do have a lot of buttons that you wouldn't really expect on a keyboard that is designed for a tablet, and also something that is supposedly more compact. So we have normal arrow buttons that don't double as something. Shit, even my keyboard has doubling arrows, as my arrows are actually here. So right, left, down, and up. Here we have just normal buttons, though it does use the Apple kind of logic with the up and down being smooshed into two buttons in a space of one. We have Enter, which is a little bit on the smaller side, so it's not as big as you typically expect the Enter button to be. We also have a Delete button, which is very surprising, and with a quick switch button between two different apps, the two last apps that you've used. That's pretty neat. Quick lock button and some other options right here for just helping you navigate throughout the system and help you out with some other things like volume up, downs, muting, and so on. One thing that I find kind of funny here, though, so Enter is on the smaller side, but by God, that control right here is definitely controlling a decent bit of that keyboard layout right here. This is one of the biggest control buttons I have seen so far, especially on a keyboard of this size, to take this much space. You could have kind of just, I don't know, move these buttons a little bit further, make maybe the space bar a little bit bigger. Would have worked for me a little bit better than having this huge of a control button. Like, what the hell am I going to be controlling with it? Anyway, last thing, let's just smack in our device in here. Okay, so obviously magnetically attaches. Sits pretty well. It's kind of hard to move it out of here. You're thinking that, if you hold it like so, it's definitely not gonna just like slide. Come on, I'm trying to demonstrate. It's definitely not gonna do this and just fall out. So it's in there. Now, in terms of prepping it up, you just kind of do this kind of logic and just boop, smack it like so, and automatically connects. So yeah. Now, one thing that I would have loved to see more. Oh, this actually is also magnetically attached to the base right here, and pretty strongly. Wow. One thing that I would have liked to see probably a little bit more is if the keyboard right here, and we have at the bottom, would have been shifted a little bit higher maybe, and then that space that is right here empty could have been obviously reversed and give you a trackpad. That would have been so much better. But obviously that would require a little bit more engineering, similar to like how the iPads from Apple are, where this kind of side is more of a kind of, spring-loaded one, so you can just keep it, for instance, in such a position like this. So this would be kind of spring-locked like this, not moving, but it would be hovering, allowing you to move that keyboard, right? So that would have been, in my opinion, a little bit nicer. That's one thing that I do actually like about Apple, these like folio cases that they have, giving you a little bit more kind of a laptop-like experience. Though, to be completely fair, you could, if I actually hit this here, but of course I don't because someone yoinked it and didn't give it back. But if you have one of those dongles, Type-C ones that you plug in, you could just grab a wireless mouse, plug it in through that dongle, and just normally prep it up like we did before, and have mouse control. Android, out of the box, works with mice. Might not work the best. It has smoothing on it, so if you're using physical mouse like this one, and you have normal, just normally you want to scroll around, it's going to be a little bit annoying because it does have that smoothing, which is primarily designed for trackpads when the devices do have them. Trackpads obviously feel a little bit better with this kind of smoothing. Mice, on the other hand side, not so much, but in general, for the usability kind of on the go, if you have such a mouse, these are very inexpensive. Like I paid maybe $30 for this, so you can always get mouse like this. It's wireless, powered by a AA battery, and it would work great here. Unfortunately, I don't have the dongle right here to plug it. You know what? I actually do have one. I have no clue for that. Of course, I dropped it. Let's grab it. Okay, let me just actually unplug the mouse. There we go. Oh wait, that was the correct way. So, fingers crossed it works. It does. So, just to kind of show you this, you can see the mouse. And, okay, that's interesting too. It's actually pretty nice that I plugged it in. So when you connect a mouse, it automatically allows you to switch to a desktop mode. So as you can see, it has these applications right here. So I can just double click it, launch it like so, and it allows me to just maybe, there we go, lower the responsiveness of it. So you can see it works pretty damn good. And you can just move it around. So this is obviously trying to imitate a normal desktop. Like I said, this actually, if you're planning to use this kind of mode, you would definitely benefit more from having more RAM. As you can see, open a bunch of different applications and have them all kind of running simultaneously, making it a little bit, heavier for the device to manage. But other than that, this is actually not that bad of an experience. And last thing that I did want to talk about is probably the price of this device, which it comes at, what was it, like $300? Let me just quickly unplug this and move it back to my computer so I can. Well, I guess I don't have image anymore in my for the viewfinder, what I'm seeing right here. Bear with me while I'm trying to just poke my screen. Please don't do me this dirty. Not right now. Come on. You know what? I'm gonna continue on and just hope that everything works. Hope is, what is it, the mother of definitely stupid like me. Anyway, so let's just unplug this before I break it, as it's not one of the best ones considering it sticks out too much. So for about the $300 US the device supposedly costs based on the GSM Arena, it's actually a pretty okay device. Personally, I probably would be looking for something with a different display, though I do have to say that the fact that this is a relatively decent sized 12 inches tablet offers the desktop mode and the keyboard, it's honestly a pretty appealing thing for very specific niche. If you don't fall under that niche that you need a keyboard like this, desktop modes, matte display, and so on, then obviously you might find definitely better devices that don't offer these specific features, but will offer you a more powerful device. But if, for instance, you're looking for something that is gonna, maybe you want to just take notes in school or whatever, and you don't really feel like holding an actual laptop, this with a 10,000 milliampere battery should last you a decent amount of time. And the fact that it gives you the ability to maybe, for instance, write normally, if I can find the pen, wherever the hell I placed it. Oh, right, it's here. So obviously you can use the pen to normally write on here, and that being a matte surface adds additional kind of resistance to it, so it might feel a little bit better. So that's one positive. And the fact that it comes with a keyboard, if you don't feel like writing, you can use that instead. Could be a great alternative to a laptop. And also relatively inexpensive. If you consider, for instance, a MacBook, I'm pointing that one out just because for studies where you don't get to plug in your device, I think MacBooks are one of the devices that last definitely the longest in terms of battery life. So if you consider not being able to plug it into charge, Windows laptops don't usually last this long unless you're going to look for like some specific ARM version of it. So instead of that, you could go for this. Gives you access to all the applications and some other features while lasting longer, and definitely being a bit, I would say, better, personally thinking, than something like a Chromebook, which Chromebook would be also a laptop, I think, in a similar manner to this. But I think Chromebooks are a little bit more expensive. So anyway, that's about it. Sums it up. So I hope you found this video helpful. And if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a Lenovo Idea Tab Plus. And today I will be showing you how you can go through the setup process of your tablet, along with focusing a little bit on privacy portions of the setup and explaining them a little bit more in detail. So, when you first boot it up, you should be presented with the same page that you can see on my end, just probably in different language. So I'm going to start off by changing it to English by clicking right here and then choosing English Poland. Good enough. Now, before I proceed further with the setup, I do want to talk about the options for vision settings right here. So if you're visually impaired, you can click right here on the vision settings and then check out some options that might help you see better the display, or just understand better what's on a screen if you are having hard time seeing it. And options in here will range from things like just increasing the screen font size and stuff like that, enabling magnifying glass, along with select to speak and talk back. So you can explore any one of these to help you out better navigating the device. Anyway, let's move on by selecting start. And then we have Lenovo terms of use with user agreement and privacy policy. And you can tap on either one of those or both of them and read exactly what you are agreeing to. But if you're like the rest of us, you will never read a single word of this, and you will just check the box right here that you've already read and agreed to this, and then move on to the next page. Now on the next page, we can connect to Wi-Fi network. Now this step is, I believe, optional, so you can skip it if you don't want to do this, which should be completely fine. There's the only difference that if you don't connect to network, we don't have this tablet for me doesn't have any kind of SIM capability, so it automatically gives me this, which it's a setup offline. Setup offline basically implies that throughout the setup I won't be able to sign into a Google account, which with me it's fine. Restore apps and the data, again, that's fine. It's going through Google, so it's kind of associated with the first step. Get software updates and automatically set the dead end time. Now this entire message really doesn't matter all that much, as the moment the setup is completed, you can change all of the settings later on and connect to network as well after the setup is completed. So these aren't set in stone, and you're not required to really care about any of this. And the moment you actually connect to network, it will most likely, number one, set the date and time automatically, and also start looking for software updates as well. Now here's the date and time, which I'm going to completely ignore, even though it's actually set correctly. But if it's not, it doesn't matter. The moment I connect to network, it would be fixed. Next, we have privacy and basic settings. Join the user experience programs. Now this is turned off, so that's nice. I'm going to keep it off. I don't want to join any crap, as this is primarily just sharing data of your usage and stuff like that, which you paid full price for this device. There's no reason for you to be sharing stuff under no pretext. If the product wasn't completed, then it shouldn't be sold. If it is, you don't need to share shit. And it's in their interest to improve the product, otherwise they don't have much to sell. Next we have auto update. So it'll automatically download and install updates once they're ready when you're connected to Wi-Fi. If you don't want this, you can turn that off. This actually is kind of option that you might turn off, but you still could get potential updates that you wouldn't want. And I'm going to talk about them later on once I approach that page. But I consider this to be very important, especially in this 2026, to talk about this. Anyway, next we have restart and update overnight. So after turn on, the device will auto restart and complete system updates when idle during 2 to 4 a.m. So that's usually when the updates happen on most devices, so you can just keep that on. Or if you turn this off, it really doesn't matter what's right here. Next we have, and last one, we have data encryption. Now this one is the kind of funny one. So it tells you that data encryption is enabled by default on this device. Resetting to factory settings will permanently erase all data in internal storage. Okay, and now this is just a whole lot of, like, this is basically a word solid, and it means absolutely nothing. And I'm going to explain why it means nothing. So it's telling you that your tablet is encrypted. Data encryption is enabled, and basically what that would imply is that no one outside of you on this device should have access to this data. But that's not actually accurate, because just because something is encrypted and you can access it doesn't mean that no one else can. And take an example of your house and the doors to them, right? If we consider that encryption on this device is equivalent to a lock on your door to your house, and you're the one that has the key, you can enter your house whenever you want. You know who else can enter your house when they want? SWAT with a battering ram, or with a, I don't know, maybe they just have a spare key and they can just either brute force their way into it or just go through back doors. And if they go through back doors, you wouldn't even know that they did it, right? So this is kind of equivalent to that. It's cool that your device is protected, but it doesn't really mean shit if you don't know who else has access to that encrypted data, which governments for the most part do. So does it matter that your device is encrypted? Because it doesn't really seem like it does. Anyway, next we have set device password. So we can choose face recognition, and under password we have 3 options: PIN, pattern, or password. Now for face recognition, you will always be required to set password up, as face recognition is a biometric and it isn't 100% reliable. So in times where you, I don't know, get a tiny little blemish on your face and your tablet refuses to recognize you now, you are left with PIN, pattern, or password that will always work as long as you insert it correctly. Now for this I will be setting up a pattern. So let's draw it once, repeat it the same way, and we're done. And it's already set. Now it also asks me how I want to display my notifications with the screen lock, or on the lock screen. So you can show sensitive content when locked, or we can hide it, or whatever. You can choose whichever option you want right here. And we can now add our face recognition, or we can just go to the next page and skip it. And just to show you, can see we do have our screen lock set. Now here's a portion which I'm going to kind of talk about a little bit more in terms of privacy, so if you don't care, feel free to skip forward. So that's going to be a lengthy one. Anyway, first we have location and scanning. These kind of go hand in hand, as if you turn one off, the other one also gets turned off. So allow scanning allows the device to use GPS and Wi-Fi to basically assess your location on the map. Cool. Now, by turning that off, it would lead you to believe that your device isn't being tracked. Well, think twice, it still is. Next, we have allow scanning, which allows apps and services to scan for Wi-Fi networks and nearby devices at any time, even when Wi-Fi or Bluetooth is off. Huh? What? So, again, turning that off means absolutely nothing because for privacy purposes, it just doesn't allow, in this case, applications to scan for it. But let's be honest, it probably still does do that. But what it doesn't also imply, or what it doesn't mention here is, can other devices scan for you? And can be sure as shit that they do. This right here, this specific portion, implies that even when Wi-Fi and Bluetooth is off, meaning if you have the toggle turned off, they can still do that, which means that these toggles are never actually like off. So it means that other devices can still find your device either through Bluetooth or Wi-Fi signals. And it does share some kind of data, which leads to the last option, which is send user and diagnostic data. Any data coming from this device, no matter what it is, it's user data. If I turn that off, therefore any device shouldn't really have access to the Wi-Fi data of this device. It shouldn't be locatable, as it even showing up as a discoverable device or being able to be seen internally through on other devices already violates this one right here, I would say. Sending user and diagnostic data, it doesn't imply in what way it's being sent. It could be just a couple little, I don't know, binary strings that define what this tablet is. I don't care. It's my data, and I chose to not share it, but it doesn't matter because this is Google. Google isn't in the business of protecting your privacy. They're in the business of screwing you over and selling your personal information. So all of these all together mean absolutely jack shit, and they literally do nothing. And there is actually an easy way for you to check this out, just not on a tablet. It's primarily on a phone. The reason why you can't do this really on tablet is because tablet doesn't have on a first page emergency call, but phones do. And if you don't have a SIM card in your phone or aren't connected to Wi-Fi, go to the first page and dial 911. Now, I almost dropped the pen. When you do dial 911, you will actually have someone pick it up because it's an emergency call. Now, this doesn't happen just because your phone magically needs to connect to 911, and 911 isn't some kind of like ethereal kind of connection right here. It still goes through a cell tower. By going through the cell tower, it relays the email info of, for instance, your phone. In this case, like I said, I can't really do this with a tablet, but in this case, if it relays email info of your phone, it means it violates this step. By connecting to a cell tower, it kind of also violates this one, as location would automatically be exposed, as you're connecting to a cell tower also reveals your location, which in turn just, completely violates this one. And scanning, again, that's kind of outside of the cell tower, but it's, let's be honest, other devices can scan for you. So those are all just kind of dog shit kind of things that are happening right here. And if you want to have full privacy and actually have toggles that do things, maybe check out Graphene OS. That one is designed for privacy, and contrary to what governments will now be telling you, that it's a operating system used by criminals. Because apparently wanting privacy and government not being able to access your personal data at any time that they want is now considered as criminal actions, even though it's not actually punishable by law. But, they're trying to kind of like fearmonger this shit. So obviously just utilize that if you want to have some privacy in your life, which you are damn entitled to it. Anyway, one last thing in here is going to be probably the one that I despise the most, which is the install updates and apps. Now, in itself, this is just kind of a little bit of a word salad again, telling you something and nothing and at the same time. Telling you that you can install updates and basically remove updates, maybe disable things like, your automatic system updates and stuff like that. Now, what is important is what it isn't saying. So let's just say that you turn off your system updates, you turn off application updates, and you probably noticed already that when you don't update your applications, some of them sometimes change how they look like on their own without it being updated. One of the prime candidates for that one, which pisses me off on my phone, is Automoto for you looking for cars. That piece of shit has changed already 3 times without ever updating this application a single time. And this is part of what isn't mentioned right here, which is OTA updates, which are over the air. These are pushed to either the device itself or an application without you ever knowing or needing to update it. It's just kind of pushed to it through some backwards bullshit ways. And too bad you don't like the new look. Too bad that it's broken. Too bad that it runs like shit and kind of breaks half of the thing. Too freaking bad. Because the company decided that you're going to have it, and updates weren't really working for them because you weren't updating the application, so they're going to do it this way now. And Google is a prime candidate now, specifically in 2026 for this crap, as they are going to be pushing the, how to even describe it, discontinuation of open platform of Android. So basically, if you have some kind of developer of an application that created an app that isn't on Play Store, before, you could just download that application from the browser and then install it, no problem. You just needed to disable the third-party kind of like sources or whatever it's called to be able to install it, and you're good to go. But because Google got very salty that people were installing revents and not watching ads on their piece of shit YouTube platform, which is a cesspool of ads right now, yeah, they're now going out of their way to kind of annoy the shit out of you and remove that ability from you, because God forbid you weren't watching ads. You weren't wasting your time watching this dog shit. No, Google can't have that. So they're removing the ability to install applications from outside of Play Store. And they're going to allow it only if the developer of said applications basically pays a ransom. Now, their excuse here is that they're doing it for your protection because there are so many malware applications out there that you can have viruses from. You know what? I'm fine. I'm okay with those, as long as I don't get ads. So thank you very much. You don't need to make a decision for me. Google, piss off. But in any case, when that happens, which it will happen at the end of 2026, they went back on it the first time around when they tried to introduce it. And now they're kind of like, when the subject died down, they're trying to bring it back. Like, we're, again, not going to notice it. And when that happens, when they're going to bring this piece of shit to your tablet or your phone, or everything, it's going to be forced through not a normal system update. It's going to be pushed to you through over-the-air updates, which you don't have control over. Fantastic. Now, if you ever wondered, should you use Google? At this point, probably not, considering it's becoming a shittier version of Apple. And Apple at least gives you privacy. So anyway, with that out of the way, I do want to quickly talk about one more thing about the OTA updates. You technically can get rid of those through like some kind of applications that allow you to view background running processes like the OTA update services, and just straight up delete them. But that would kind of leave your tablet vulnerable to hacks and other things, as this thing is also responsible for pushing to your device any kind of security patches. Anyway, let's move on. So next we have system navigation, and we have 2 different methods. We have the gestures and we have the buttons. Now, here we just have the choice between one or the other, but in the settings you will have additional options related to both of them. If you want to check it out, then I think it's going to be somewhere in like system and system navigation, or general settings and system navigation. So in any case, I'm going to stick with the gestures as that's what I prefer. And we're all set. So let's click on get started and... No. There we go. So, now that we're done, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and let me share with you how to turn off running apps on this device. So let's start with opening the Resize, and depending on what kind of navigation type you've got set, you can do it differently. So if you've got the gesture, swipe your finger on pen from the bottom to the center of your device and hold it somewhere here. Or if you've got the 3-button navigation, simply tap on the button with 3 bars icon. So here we've got the Resize, and all you have to do is to tap on Clear All. And thanks to it, we just successfully closed running apps. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and let me share with you how to check the serial number of this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here in this left section we have to scroll all the way down to find About Tablet. Right here we have to scroll down again and localize the status. And here, let's scroll down and find the serial number. As you can see, it is almost at the very bottom of the list. So this is the only way to check the serial number in this device. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can resize font. First of all, go into Settings and scroll to click on this section called Display. Now scroll again, but this time select Display Size and Text. Finally, operate this slider under font size to adjust it, and when you're ready, go back. As you can see, after a few seconds, size of my font has changed. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and let me share with you how to change video resolution on this device. So let's start with opening the camera app. Currently we are in the standard photo mode, so let's switch to the video one. Just tap on the video, and if you can see the red color inside the shutter button, it means that for sure you're on the video mode. So now we can take a look at this option bar here, and let's tap on the 3 bars icon to open more options. And as you can see, in this device we've got 3 different options, so 720p, 1080p and 2K. So just mark the option you'd like to use, and as you can see, it will be immediately highlighted, which means that from now on our device will use the chosen resolution whilst recording a video. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and let me share with you how to reset up preferences on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here in this left section we have to scroll down and find the apps. Let's tap. Then let's scroll down and go to All Apps and tap on the 3 dots icon in the right upper corner. Now let's tap on Reset Up Preferences, and here your device is informing you what it will actually reset, so among others, disabled app notifications and background data restrictions for apps. What's more, no worries, you won't lose any app data, so simply tap on Reset Apps, and basically this is it. Simply wait patiently until it will be finished. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and let me share with you how to check for the system updates on this device. So first of all, make sure that you've got the internet connection because it is required, and then let's open the settings. Here in this left section we have to scroll all the way down to find the option About Tablet. And as you can see on the second position we've got the system update, so simply tap on it. Now your device will check for the updates, and basically you can meet 2 different scenarios. So this is the first one where your software is up to date and there's nothing to download. And the second one is where your device will actually find the update. It will show you the information about it, what has been fixed, what has been added, and then you will be able to tap on download or install and apply the update. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and let me share with you how to clear credentials on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here in this left section we have to scroll down and find Security and Privacy. Then let's scroll down again and find more Security and Privacy. And here scroll down to find the option Encryption and Credentials. Let's tap. So here we've got the option we're looking for, so Clear Credentials. Let's simply tap on it and confirm it by tapping on OK. If you've got any kind of screen lock, simply enter it to confirm the whole step. And as you can see, not only we've got this information, but also this option is inactive, which means that we just successfully removed all saved certificates. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and let me share with you how to show battery percentage on the status bar in this device. So let's start with opening the settings, and here in this left section we have to scroll down and find the battery. So it's quite easy to find. As you can see, it is under apps, so just tap on it, and here we've got the option battery percentage. So all we can do here is to simply tap on the switcher, and now your device will immediately display the percentage inside the battery icon, and this is the only way to show battery battery percentage in this device. So we cannot really show it, for example, next to the battery icon, which will be a little bit more comfortable because it is bigger, only inside it. Of course, you can turn it off the same way just by tapping on the switch again. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can rename it. Begin by opening Settings and scrolling all the way down to choose About Tablet at the bottom. Then click on Device Name and type in whatever you want to, like Sunny. Now choose Rename button to save your changes. So when I do that, as you can see, name of my Lenovo has changed. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can resize icons. First of all, go into Settings and scroll to click on Wallpapers and Themes. Now select Icon under Theme and operate this slider under Icon Size to adjust them. You can check out Preview at the top. Last but not least, when you're ready, scroll all the way down and tap on Apply. So when I go back, as you can see, size of my icons has changed. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can change this device's theme. First of all, go into Settings and click on Wallpapers and Themes after scrolling down a tiny bit. When you're ready, select Theme at the top right corner. Tap on the best one for you, and last but not least, hit Apply. So when I do that, as you can see, theme of my device has changed. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is the Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Maid Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can delete a password from Passwords Manager. First of all, go into Settings and scroll all the way down to tap on this section called Accounts and Sync. Then select Open under Google and tap on Google Password Manager. Now click on any password you want to get rid of from your manager and enter your current screen lock. Then choose Delete button and confirm your choice in the pop-up. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and let me share with you how to change the screen timeout on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here in this left section we have to scroll and find the display. Then let's scroll and find the option which is called screen timeout simply. And as you can see here, we've got some options from which we can choose. At the top we've got relatively short options like 15 or 30 seconds. Almost at the bottom we've got the longest time option, which is 30 minutes, and the longest, which is never. So your device will never automatically black out. All you have to do is to tap on the option like to use. I'll pick 5 minutes, and as you can see it is immediately marked, and after getting back it is also notified right here, which means that from now on, after 5 minutes of inactivity, this device will black out. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is the Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Maid Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can turn on or off auto rotation. Begin by going into Tab menu. To do that, swipe down from the top right corner of your screen and then hold this line and drag it down to see all of your shortcuts. Once you do, look for Auto Rotate 1 and click on it. As you can see, mine is here, so when I click, it turns gray. That means that auto rotation is off, but you can always turn it on by clicking on the same shortcut until it's blue. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is the Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Maid Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can change default apps. First of all, go into Settings and scroll to click on Apps section available here. Now tap on Default Apps at the top right corner and tap on any of those sections you want to manage. For example, I want to change my browser, so I have to click here on Browser App, click on Opera to apply it, and go back. As you can see, after a few seconds, my default app has changed. You can do exactly the same with all of those other ones. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Maid Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can change font style. First of all, go into Settings and scroll a tiny bit to click on Wallpapers and Themes. Now scroll again and this time select Font. Last but not least, click on one of those. This one is applied, so I have to go with this one. Check out Preview at the top, and when you're ready, select Set on the right. As you can see, after a few seconds, style of my font has changed. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Maid Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can clean storage. You need to begin by opening an app called Files that's already on your Lenovo, and then tapping Allow in the pop-up. Now select those three lines at the top left corner, and from this section select Clean at the top. Now click Clean next to Junk Files. And last but not least, Clear in the pop-up. So when I do that, as you can see, storage of my device was already cleaned. But if yours is not, this option will delete all of your junk files. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Maid Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can check a password in Passwords Manager. Begin by opening Settings and scrolling all the way down to tap on Accounts and Sync. Once you do, tap on Open under Google and click on Google Password Manager. Now you can click on any password you wish to check and enter your current login method. Then click on this eye icon next to your password to make it visible. Quick tip, if you wish to copy it, click on this icon next to the eye one. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and let me share with you how to set the camera timer on this device. So let's start with opening the camera app. And right now we are in the standard photo mode, so let's take a look at this option bar on the left and tap on the three bars icon to open more options. As you can see, the third bar is connected with the timer. We've got three different options from which we can choose, so off, 3 and 10 seconds delay. So let me choose 10 seconds delay, just mark the option. As you can see, it is immediately highlighted, so we can go back to the camera and simply tap on the shutter button. And from now on, our device will count down from 10 or 3, depending on which option you've chosen, and after that time it will take a photo. So to turn off the timer, simply tap on the three bars again and tap on the crossed out icon. And now your device will take photos right after touching the shutter button. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Maid Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can edit password in Passwords Manager. Begin by opening Settings and scrolling to click on this section called Accounts and Sync. Then select Open under Google. Click on Google Password Manager and select any password you want to edit. Enter your login method to confirm it's you and choose Edit button to make any changes you wish. When you're done, tap on Save at the top right corner. As you can see, after a few seconds, my password has changed. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and let me share with you how to change the wallpaper on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here in this left section we have to scroll and find wallpapers and themes. So here let's tap on curated local wallpapers, but of course you can choose local albums, so you can set your own photo as a wallpaper. But I will pick something from the pre-installed ones, and here we've got different options from which we can choose. As you can see, we've got plenty of options to choose from. So basically all you have to do is to tap on the option like to use, and your device will immediately show it on the full screen. So now just tap on set as wallpaper, and here we can decide where we want to set it, so as a lock screen, home screen, or both. And I will choose both options, so let me tap on it. Let's wait a second, of course, be patient with that process. Alright, now we can go back, and as you can see, the wallpaper has been applied successfully. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can turn on or off location. Begin by going into Tab menu. To do that, swipe down from the top right corner of your screen, like that. Now look for location shortcut, and when you find it, click on it. As you can see, mine is here, so when I click, it turned gray. That means that location is off, but you can always switch it back on by clicking on the same shortcut until it's blue. If you wish, you can also go into Settings, scroll all the way down to click on Location section available here, right under Safety and Emergency, and use this switcher next to Use Location to switch it off or turn it on. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is the Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and today I would like to show you where you can locate all your downloads. First of all, you need to find an app called Files that's already on your Lenovo and click on it. If you never used it before, select Continue in the pop-up, and then tap on the gray switcher next to Allow access to manage all files to turn it on. After that, just click on Downloads category and enjoy having all of your downloads in one place. Now my favorite part. To open one, click on it on the left. And to manage one, click on those three dots on the right. Then pick whatever you want to from the pop-up. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and let me share with you how to update the apps on this device. So first of all, make sure that you've got the internet connection because it is required, and then we can open the Play Store. You will be able to follow all of my steps if you've got your Google account added to the device. If not, you will have to do it right now, just like I have to. So just let me pause the video and I will come back when I'm logged in. Alright, so this is what you will see after entering the Google Play Store when you're logged in. And now all we have to do is to tap on the circle in the right upper corner. Now let's go tap on My Apps and Games, and here we've got this section Updates available, so just tap And here we've got the list of all available updates, and basically it depends what you want to do. So you can either update all, and thanks to it your device will download all of them, update all of them, or you can simply go through the list, find the apps that you'd like to update manually, and just tap on update next to them. So let me choose this one and maybe this one, and now your device will simply download the updates, and after that they will be successfully installed and automatically updated. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Mate Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can turn on or off auto brightness. First of all, go into Tab menu. To do that, swipe down from the top right corner of your screen, like that. Now click on this little icon at the bottom right corner of your brightness slider. And this way, to turn on or off auto brightness, click on this icon. When it's blue, auto brightness is on. To switch it off, tap on blue shortcut until it's gray. Then go back. If you want to, you can also go into Settings. Tap on Display section after scrolling down. And use this switcher next to Adaptive Brightness right under Brightness slider to either switch it on or turn it off. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Mate Edition, and today I would like to show you where you can locate all text correction options. First of all, go into Settings and scroll all the way down right away. This way you can access this section called General Settings. Now tap on Keyboard, Sorry misclick, On-Screen Keyboard, and finally Gboard. Now it's time to click on this section called Corrections and Suggestions to manage all of those options however you wish to. Quick tip, you can always scroll down and manage this option called Suggestion Strip. When you enable it and go to your keyboard, you will see all of those options at the top of it. By tapping on gear icon, you can access text correction settings right away. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and let me share with you how to soft reset this device. So the soft reset or force restart operation will be useful if for some reason your device stopped working properly and it does not respond to your touches. So all you have to do to do it is to press the power button, which is located right here, and the volume down button together. So this one, and wait until you'll see the black screen and then the developer's logo. So let me try to do it. Let me press both of those buttons. It is a little bit complicated because of the configuration and everything. And what I wanted to say, you need to press the buttons for approximately 8 to 10 seconds. So let me, yes, of course. Let me try to do it. All right. And obviously it is the combination of keys that is usually used for the screenshot, but let's keep pressing. And we've got the developer's logo, which is a great sign. And at this moment, we can release the fingers. And now we have to simply wait until our device will be fully powered on. All right, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Mate Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can turn on or off autocorrection. Begin by opening Settings and scrolling all the way down to click on General Settings available here. Now tap on Keyboard, on-screen keyboard, and finally Gboard. Now it's time to click on this section called Corrections and Suggestions and use this switcher next to Autocorrection. This way you can switch it off or turn it on. Quick tip, if you decided you do want to use it, click on Autocorrection on the left and use this switcher next to Undo Autocorrect on Backspace to manage it. Personally, I find it really helpful paired with autocorrection, and if you won't like it, you already know where to switch it off. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and let me share with you how to allow unknown sources on this device. So if you need to download something from a different place than the Google Play Store, then you have to allow unknown sources. So let's start by opening the settings, and here in this left section we have to scroll down and find Security and Privacy. Then let's scroll down again and find more Security and Privacy, and scroll down to find the option Install Unknown Apps. So right here we've got the list of apps which are allowed or not allowed to install some content, and of course we can change it. So let's pretend I'd like to download the app from a website, from Chrome. So simply tap on it and tap on the switcher next to allow from the source. And as you can see now the Chrome is allowed to install something, but be aware because you're doing it on your own responsibility. Some third-party apps aren't verified by the developer, so you may put your data and actually whole device at risk. So remember about that and choose the apps wisely. Of course, you can always remove previously granted permissions, so just tap on the app and tap on the switcher. And now the Chrome is not allowed to install anything. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab 12.1 Matte Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can enable suggestion strip at the top of your Gboard. If you don't have a suggestion strip, you need to open Devices Settings and scroll all the way down right away. This way you can access General Settings, tap on Keyboard, on-screen keyboard right here, and then Gboard. Now tap on Corrections and Suggestions, scroll down a tiny bit more, and click on gray switcher next to Suggestion Strip to activate it. When your switcher turns blue, go back to check out your keyboard. As you can see, Suggestion Strip was successfully enabled. Quick tip, now thanks to it, by clicking on gear icon at the top of Gboard, you can access keyboard settings in a few seconds. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can connect it using Bluetooth. First of all, go into Settings and tap on Bluetooth right away. Then click on this switcher at the top right corner to activate it, and wait for available devices to show. When they do, click on the one you wanna connect to. Then tap on this icon next to allow access to your contacts if you want to enable or disable it, and hit pair at the bottom right corner. Now wait for the other device to accept your connection request, or if you are trying to connect to another tablet or to a smartphone connected manually on the second device. As you can see, after a few seconds, my devices were successfully connected. To manage this connection, click on this icon next to connected device and operate all of those options however you want to. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and let me share with you how to clear the browser on this device. So first of all, we have to open the browser. In my case it will be Google Chrome, but no worries because this operation is pretty similar in all of the browsers which are commonly used, so I'm pretty sure that you will be able to figure out how to do it on your own browser. So let me open it. And now all we have to do is to tap on this three dots icon in the right upper corner. Now let's tap on Delete Browsing Data. And here we've got some basic options like visited websites, opened tabs, cookies cache, and other site data. Here we can change the time range from last 15 minutes to, for example, last 4 weeks or even all time. And then you can simply tap on Delete Data. However, if you'd like to remove some advanced browsing history, like saved passwords, simply tap on More Options. And here we've got them. So saved passwords, autofill from data, and site settings. So if you'd like to remove something, make sure that it is marked. So I will remove everything. Here at the top, we've got also the time range. So just tap on it and choose the time range that you like to use. I'll pick all time and then tap on Delete Data. Tap on Delete. And we just got back to our homepage. Basically, usually your device will simply show you this homepage of the browser, and it will show you the information that everything was removed successfully. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is the Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can turn on or off app notifications. First of all, go into Settings and scroll to click on this section called Notifications and Control Center. Now tap on App Notifications at the top. And then, before doing anything, select Most Recent at the top on the left of this section. This way, you can sort your apps to see ones with most recent notifications, most frequent notifications, all apps on your Lenovo, or apps with notifications already disabled. Whatever you decided, when you're done, use blue switcher to block notifications from chosen apps, or gray ones to switch them back on. Quick tip, you can also click on any app on the left. And this way not only block or enable app notifications, but also check out all of those notification options for chosen app. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can set up Face Unlock. First of all, go into Settings and scroll to click on Biometrics and Passwords. Then choose Face Recognition. Enter your current login method and scroll all the way down to click on this icon next to Enable Raise to Wake if you want to turn it on or switch it off. Once you're ready, hit Add. Now make sure to keep your face in frame and follow all of the instructions from your screen. When you're ready, manage all of those options however you want to, but make sure this one is enabled. Unlock device with face recognition. Then go back. So now, when I switch off my screen, turn it back on and look at it. Icons that face unlock is working properly. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is the Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Mate Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can set up screen lock. First of all, go into Settings and scroll to click on this section called Biometrics and Passwords. Now tap on Passwords under Ways to Unlock and pick one of those login methods by clicking on the best one for you: pattern, PIN, or password. Let's go with pattern. It's time to create your login method and repeat it to confirm it. Once you finish, hit Done at the bottom. Now adjust your lock screen notifications by selecting one of those options: Show sensitive content only when locked, Show sensitive content only when unlocked, or Don't show notifications at all. Whatever you decided, when you're done, click on Done. So when I go back, switch off my screen and turn it back on. Icons that pattern is required. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Mate Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can check all specifications of this tablet. First of all, you need to open Play Store to download free app called DevCheck Device and System Info from Flartu Developer. Not sponsored, by the way. When your app is ready, launch it, and thanks to it, learn all the information about your device's dashboard, hardware, system, battery, network, apps, camera, and even sensors. Quick tip: when you go into dashboard section, scroll down and click on all of those options, not only to read all the information in the pop-up, but also because when you click on settings at the bottom right corner of each pop-up, you'll get transferred to this section in your device's settings right away. It also works when you click on gear icons at the top right corners. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Welcome. In this video, I will show you how to use a split screen feature on your Lenovo Idea Tab device. So to split the screen between two applications, we just need to first open an app that we want to split, then tap the three dot icon at the top of the window, and then tap this icon to split it with a different application. So right now we're gonna have to select an application that we want to open as a second one on our device. So for example, let's open a recorder. And now we'll be able to resize each window by dragging this bar between them. We can also replace the windows by holding down the three dot icon at the top of your application and dragging it to the other side. So let's try once again, just like this. And that's pretty much it. If you want to close the window, just do it like this, and then you'll exit the split screen mode. And that's it for this video. I hope that it helped you, and if it did, please consider subscribing to our channel, leave us a like and a comment below, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and let me share with you how to check the total screen time on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here in this left section we have to scroll all the way down, almost all the way, to find digital well-being and parental controls. Let's stop. So here we've got the graph which will show us for how long we've been using this device today. So as you can see, in my case, it's almost 3 hours, and most of the time I've spent on the settings. Here we've got also unlocks and notifications count. So if you'd like to check some further details, you can tap inside the graph and you will be transferred to the dashboard, where you can check the screen time in particular days of the week. You can compare them. You can also change the screen time to notifications received and times opened. Moreover, after tapping on the specific day, you can scroll down, and here you've got the list of apps that you've been using with specific time spent on them. Moreover, you can tap on the app, for example this one, and again you've got the dashboard, but this time it is tightly connected with this one app. If you will decide that you're spending too much time on the specific app, for example this one in my case, simply tap on App Timer, and we can set it for example 30 minutes, which means that we can use it for 30 minutes during a day, and after that the app will be blocked. The timer will reset at midnight, so I think it's quite a nice option to at least try to limit the time we are spending on the apps. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and let me share with you how to change date and time on this device. So let's start with opening the settings, and here in this left section we have to scroll down and find General Settings. Then let's go to Date and Time. And as you can see here, we've got some options which are currently inactive. It is because we are using automatic date, time, and the time zone. So first of all, let's turn off both of those switchers, and now we can freely tap on date and change it just by swiping or basically finding the proper month. So just find the day, tap on it, it will be immediately set, and tap on OK to confirm. And the same with the time, just tap on it, and as you can see, you can choose it from this clock. Right now we've got the 24-hour format. We can also switch it to the 12-hour one just by tapping on the switcher here, if you're not the biggest fan of the previous way of setting the time. So just choose the time and it will be immediately set. The time zone, we can tap on it, tap on the region, and here we've got the full list of available regions from which we can choose. So simply find yours and then tap on it, and it will be immediately applied. And basically this is the whole manual customization of date and time. Of course, you can go back to all previous settings just by tapping on those two switchers to set everything automatically. Only time format needs to be changed manually. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can operate a voice recorder. First of all, you need to access Recorder app that's already on your Lenovo and tap on it. If you never used it before, click on Allow and Allow while using in all pop-ups, and then to start recording, use blue button at the bottom. As you can see, recording is on. To pause it or unpause it, use the same blue button. To add a bookmark, click on the left one, and to end it and save it, on the right one. Then to access it, click on this icon at the top right corner. As you can see, my recording is here. To play it, click on it. To manage it, hold it, and use all of those options at the bottom. Share on the right, rename in the middle, then Finish to save your changes. And last but not least, Delete on the left. Click on Delete in the pop-up to confirm your choice. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Mate Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can connect it to printer. First of all, go into Settings and tap on More Connections right away. Then hit Printing. Tap on Default Print Service or any other service you have and wanna use. They all turn on the same way. And then click on Gray Switcher at the top right corner to activate it. Your device is now looking for a printer, and when it finds one, it will connect to it, just like in my case. If you are struggling to connect, you can also enable Print Service, and this time tap on those three dots at the top right corner. Then select Add Printer. Click on Find Wi-Fi Direct Printers over here, or if you can see this option, tap on Wi-Fi Direct Printing to enable it. Then select Find and let your tablet to search for yours. You can also just click on this section called Add Printer by IP address, import it here, and connect manually by selecting Add. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Mate Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can select and delete multiple photos at once. First of all, you need to open Photos app and then select Photos or Collections on the left. Let's start with Photos. Hold one of them you wanna get rid of, and to select multiple, click on those icons at the top left corners. Make sure to never pick more than 100, because 100 is the limit you can delete at once. Now tap on all of your pictures you wanna keep, and to get rid of the rest, click on Bin button at the bottom and confirm your choice in the pop-ups. As you can see, after a few seconds, all of my photos were successfully deleted. If you want to delete them from albums, click on Collections, pick an album from which you want to delete your photos, hold one, and select them the same way. Click on the ones you want to keep, and this time to delete the rest, use Bin button at the top right corner and confirm your choice in the same pop-up. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and let me share with you how to enable the night light or eye comfort mode. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here in this left section we have to scroll and find the display. Then let's scroll down and find eye protection mode. So let's tap. And let's start by tapping on the switcher to actually turn on this option. And now you can see that the screen turns a little bit yellowish or amber. It is in order to filter the blue light. What's more, it will be much easier for you to look at the screen at the dim light. So if you're a night owl, then I highly recommend to use this mode. We can change the intensity of that feature just by using the switcher. By going to the left, we can make it cooler, and by going to the right, warmer. Here we can also schedule that. So we can turn it on at custom time, so we can freely choose the start and the end time, and your device will apply the mode accordingly. And you can also turn it on from sunset to sunrise, and here your device will automatically decide when the sunsets and sunrises are. It is location based. So this is the whole customization of the eye protection mode, and if you wish to have much faster access to this option, simply unroll the top bar. Let's unroll the control center fully, and here let's localize the eye protection, which is right here. So simply tap on it to turn it on and tap on it again to turn it off. If you cannot find the eye comfort icon here, no worries, simply tap on this edit icon in the right upper corner, localize it in this second section, tap on it and hold it, and then drag it to this first section to simply add it to the control center. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and let me share with you how to enable the developer options on this device. So let's start with opening the settings, and here in this left section we have to scroll all the way down to find About Tablet. Then let's go and find a special number which is called build number, which should be in the sorry, not build number, but software information. And all you have to do here is to keep tapping on it until you'll see the information that you're in the developer mode. If you've got any kind of screen lock, your device will ask you to enter it to confirm the whole step. That's normal, no worries. So simply enter the lock screen and go to General Settings. Here we have to scroll down and tap on Developer Options. They are at the very bottom. So now let's scroll. And while scrolling, you can see that here we've got plenty of advanced settings which we can customize. So for example, you can manage the networking like Bluetooth, NFC, etc. You can show visual feedback for tabs, you can change transition animation scale, and basically everything works the same just like in the regular settings. So if you'd like to turn on something, simply tap on the switcher on it and it will be immediately applied. You can turn it off the same way, and if you've got the options without the switcher, simply tap on them to open more options to choose from. If you're done with customization of developer options, you can turn them off just by tapping on the switcher, which is at the top of the screen. Your device needs to be restarted, so I don't want to do that. However, after restarting, the developer options will disappear from the system settings. They will not be visible here, but of course, no worries, you can customize them again. Just go back to the software versions tab and keep tapping. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is the Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can turn on and use keyboard clipboard. First of all, you need to launch your keyboard and tap on clipboard at the top of it. Now, to activate it, click on this switcher at the top right corner. And to go back, use this arrow at the top left one. Finally, to continue, copy or cut any text. And to paste it instantly, just click on it at the top of your keyboard. To paste it later on though, you need to click on Clipboard and tap on your text over here. If you wanna paste it after an hour though, you need to pin it or it will disappear. To do that, hold it and select Pin. You can unpin it the same way. If you wish to delete anything from Clipboard, you can swipe it to the right, swipe it to the left, or hold it and tap on Delete. You can also pin it or delete it by clicking on this pen at the top right corner, picking whatever you wish from Clipboard and selecting one of those two icons at the top right corner as well. Last but not least, if you wish to disable Clipboard completely, use the same switcher as before. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Mate Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can open apps in pop-up view. Begin by selecting any app you wanna use in this view and launching it in the background like that. Now tap on the icon of it at the top left corner and select Floating Window from the pop-up. So when I do that, as you can see, I can use my app in this little window. To move your window around, hold those 3 dots at the top and drag it. To scale it, hold one of its bottom corners and drag it as well. You can also access it in full screen view if you drag it all the way to the bottom right or bottom left corner. Like that. Tap on those 3 dots you can use to move your window around and check out all of those options. To switch to full screen view, click on this one on the left. To switch to split screen view, click on split screen icon. Then tap on those 3 dots at the top of your app, and to go back to floating window, tap on this one. To leave your window opened in the background, click on this icon. And last but not least, to close it completely, tap on this one with an X. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and let me share with you how to add or remove a Google account in this device. So first of all, make sure that you've got the internet connection because it is required, and then let's open the settings. Here in this left section, we have to scroll all the way down and find Accounts and Sync. Then let's tap on Add Account and choose Google. Again, make sure that you've got the internet connection and enter your screen lock to confirm the whole step. Now you can choose who's going to use this device, so just mark the option. And here we can either create a new account if you do not have your own yet, or simply type your email or phone, so let me do it. Okay. And tap on Next. So right here we have to enter the password. So simply do it and then tap on Next. Here we've got Google Terms of Service and Privacy Policy. You can tap on them to learn more and tap on I agree after reading. So here we have to decide whether we want to use the backup or not. It's completely up to you. You can decide by using this switcher and tap on Accept. So as you can see, we just successfully added our Google account to this device. So if you'd like to remove it, all you have to do is to tap on it and tap on Remove Account. Tap on Remove Account and wait a second because we also need to confirm it. And as you can see now, we can simply tap on OK and enter our screen lock to confirm. And as you can see, the account will immediately disappear. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Mate Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can operate apps permission. First of all, go into Settings and scroll down to tap on this section called Security and Privacy. Then scroll again, but this time click on Privacy Controls. Now select Permission Manager and tap on any feature you wanna manage. For example, let's go with Camera. Click on one of your apps under one of those sections. In case of Camera, allowed all the time, allowed only while in use, or not allowed. Let's go with Chrome from not allowed one. And pick one of those options to apply it for a chosen app. Allow only while using the app, ask every time, or don't allow. I want to pick this one, so when I tap and go back, I can see that Chrome just gained access to my device's camera while I'm using my browser. But what most people miss is that you can actually pick any feature just to access an app you are interested in. For example, I will click on Nearby Devices only to manage my Facebook. Now, instead of tapping on any of those options, click on Tiny Text, see all Permissions. Then manage all of those, only for chosen app, the same way. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Mate Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can open apps in split screen view. First of all, open an app you wanna use in this view and launch it in the background like that. Then click on the icon of it at the top left corner and select split screen. Now click on the second app and enjoy using both at once. To resize them, hold this line and drag one of your apps. Then let go. If you wish, you can use the same line to exit split screen by dragging one of your apps all the way to the right or to the left. Then tapping on Home button to close the remaining one. You can also exit split screen by simply swiping both apps in the background like you would any other one. But what most people miss is that you can always click on three dots available at the top right corner of any app. At the top of any app. This way you can tap on Replace the app and pick another one without exiting split screen. You can also click on this icon here to use this app in full screen view. This one here to switch from split screen to pop-up. And then the other way around if you wish. You can click on this one to leave this app opened in the background, or this one with an X to close it. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Mate Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can add a password to Passwords Manager. First of all, go into Settings and scroll all the way down to tap on this section called Accounts and Sync. Now select Open under Google and click on Google Password Manager. Finally, select Add Password at the top and input all of those informations. If you can't see this option though, that means that you never added a password before. To add them manually over here, you need at least one, so to fix it, hit Settings on the left. Then make sure Offer to Save Passwords option is on, and go back to this section here. Tap on Home button to leave settings open in the background. Now all you need to do is log in into any app or a website that requires an account. Once you do, you will see this pop-up. Select Save at the bottom right corner and go back to your device's settings. Then click on Google Password Manager and add any password manually by clicking Add Password here. To do it now, click on Site if you wish to input any website, or click on Select App and tap on a chosen one. Then enter your username, email or phone number, password, and even take some helpful notes. When you're ready, hit Save at the top right corner. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye!
Did you know that you can change your tab into a PC? So as you can see, it looks like basically the desktop in the computer. So in front of me, I've got Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and let me share with you how to do it. Alright, so let me quickly get back into the regular tablet. Here we go, and let me share with you how to actually activate the PC mode, which is quite nice. I mean, it's a quite nice feature that was added into this tab. So let's begin with opening the settings. In this left section, we have to scroll down and find the option which is called Advanced Features. Let's tap. As you can see at the top, we've got the PC mode, so simply tap on it, and here we've got the information what this mode actually does. So we've got the classic desktop mode supporting open applications in multi-windows with more friendly keyboard and mouse interaction to help you multitask more efficiently. So if you will decide to use the keyboard that is attached to the PC, if you prefer to use a mouse, obviously the external one, then the PC mode will be much more friendly for you. So all you have to do is to simply tap on the switcher and now simply wait until your device will quickly switch into the PC mode. So as you can see, it's really fast. You do not really have to wait. Here our apps will be opened in the windows, so just like in the Windows basically. So thanks to it, you can really manipulate between them quickly, and I think that it could be really efficient way to use this tab. If you'd like to turn off the PC mode, it's quite easy. I mean, you can enter the settings if you wish to. I mean, you can open the list of apps, you can swipe in that case, and find settings and go to the advanced features and simply turn it off. But as you can see here, we've got this exit PC mode option. So just tap on it and our device will automatically get back to its normal state. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can change and customize your keyboard's theme. First of all, you need to launch your keyboard and click on this icon of a color palette at the top of it. Now scroll and tap on top right corners to see all available themes. After finding the best one for you, click on it. Manage keyboarders thanks to this switcher. And when you're ready, hit apply at the bottom right corner. So when I do that, as you can see, theme of my keyboard has changed. If you want to customize it though, click on the same icon, and this time use this +1 under my themes. Now click on a photo you wanna apply as your new keyboard's background. Pinch it to scale, drag it to move, and hit next. Adjust brightness by swiping left or right. Hit done. Manage keyboarders and tap on apply. If you want to manage any of your themes, go back to the same section in settings and either delete all of the downloaded ones from this section. You can always get them again the same way as before by tapping on it and using this bin, then confirming your choice in the pop-up. If you want to delete custom one, do exactly the same, but in case of your custom one, you won't get it back until you create it. If you want to edit the one you have, use this pen, also at the top right corner. Make any changes you want. Choose next, select save, and tap on apply. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Welcome. In front of me is a Lenovo Idea Tab Plus, and today I will show you how you can enable and set up your Do Not Disturb mode. So, to get started, you will want to swipe down from the top of your screen, which will bring down your notifications and your toggles. So somewhere in here where we have the toggles, the circular ones, you want to swipe down again, and this will extend the list of what we can see. And let's find the Do Not Disturb mode. So for me it is right over here, but if you can't find it anywhere in this list, you can definitely add it at that point by clicking right here on this box. Scroll down to below where it says hold and drag to add the tiles. Find your tile, hold it. The text right here will change, and now you can see, you can drag it and move it above, drop it, go back, and you can see it's now added right here. So anyway, once you see the mode right here, you can either tap on it to immediately turn it on, or you can also hold it, and this will quickly take you to the settings. So in here, we can change things like, for instance, what applications will be able to give us notifications while this mode is enabled, and then set up alarms and other interruptions for, well, while the mode is running. And then we have also display settings, so options for how notifications will be displayed. And duration for quick settings is actually a nice option. Defines what will happen when you manually tap on a toggle. By default, as you can see, it just turns on and it will run indefinitely, but we do have the option to turn it on, for instance, for a specific period of time. That'll be 1, 2, or however many hours you want. Or you can have the last option, which will give you the first two options every time you tap on a toggle. I myself personally like the second option, to specify a specific period of time. I find 4 hours to be long enough to cover whatever I might need it for, plus usually a little bit of time extra. So even if I forget to turn it off after 4 hours, the device will do that for me. So that's what I'm going to do. And now whenever I would tap on it, it would run for 4 hours, at which point it's going to turn itself off. So I don't need to remember about it, but if I did, click on it again, and it's now off. So anyway, with that being said, I hope you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and let me share with you how to change the system language on this device. So let's begin with finding the settings. So simply open the list of apps and localize the gear icon and tap on it. So probably you will start at the very top. So all you have to do here in this left section is to scroll all the way down to find the general settings. So again, localize the gear icon. Now we have to find the languages, and you will see them in the second section. As you can see here, we've got the first one here and the second one here. So just tap on this first option in the second section, languages, or simply on the fourth option from the top. Now let's tap on the first option, system languages. And here we've been transferred to the list of previously applied languages. So if you've got your language right here, all you have to do is to simply tap on it, or maybe not. Yes, simply tap on it and your device. Let me choose Spanish. So tap on it and your device will change the system language completely. You can also do it using those toolbars icon just by tapping on them and changing the position of the language you'd like to apply. Just make sure that it is at the top. So now we will change it to English, and in order to not to customize it, but to confirm it, simply tap on this option in the right lower corner, which is change or apply or something like that. And as you can see, we've got the English. If your language is not available right here, no worries. Just tap on this plus icon, go to add a language, and here we've been transferred to the full list of available languages from which we can choose. So simply find yours and tap on it. I'll pick French. You can choose the region. And your device will immediately ask you whether you'd like to apply the new language as a default one. So again, tap on this option in the right lower corner to simply tap on change. And now the French is at the very top and the whole system will be displayed in the chosen language. Let me change it to English again. And this is how it works. If you'd like to remove the languages from this list, simply tap on Edit in the right upper corner, mark the languages that you'd like to delete, and tap on Delete in the right upper corner. Tap on Remove, and as you can see, our device will simply remove them. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Mate Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can turn on and use voice typing. First of all, go into your keyboard and tap on the microphone icon at the top right corner. If you don't have one, don't worry, just click on the gear icon over here. If you do have it, tap on gear icon anyway to access voice typing. Now to activate voice typing itself, use this switcher next to voice typing. But now I recommend for you to also enable this option called emojis on toolbar. You will always know where to turn it off if you won't like it after I show you what's up, but for now, enable it. Then go back to your keyboard and click on the now visible microphone. If you never used it before, tap on while using the app in the pop-up and start typing. As you can see, voice typing is on. If you wanna stop, you can pause or click on the same microphone to turn it on or switch it off. Quick tip, when you do click on it, tap on tiny icon that will appear on the left. This one. Now select Next, click on Done and enjoy using voice typing from this toolbar. If you want to delete text on the go, use this button with an X. If you want to add emojis, thanks to the option you enabled before, you can do that by clicking on this smiley face, selecting emojis you wish, and then clicking on this X at the top left corner of emoji keyboard to close it. If you want to move your toolbar around, just hold it and drag it to the proper place. If you want to manage some available settings, click on this icon here. That's available on the left, but as you can see, my keyboard is too bright for you to see it. Actually, let's try. No, still too bright. So let's drag it here and click on it. Last but not least, to go back to standard keyboard, use this icon of a keyboard, also on the left, or in this orientation at the bottom. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Mate Edition, and today I would like to show you how you can set up an alarm clock. Start by opening Clock app that's already on your Lenovo and tapping on those three dots at the top right corner. Then select Settings and adjust all of those options under Alarms however you want to, like Snooze. Once you're done, go back, click on Alarms on the left if they are not already on, and choose Add Alarm at the top left corner. Finally, set up an hour and hit OK in the pop-up. Now click on your new created alarm to adjust it to your needs. Tap on days of the week you want to choose. And if you want to exclude any of them, click on this plus next to pause alarm and pick specific dates. Then choose OK at the bottom right corner. If you want to, you can always tap on cancel if you change your mind, and they will disappear. Now click on alarm name to name it if you want to, and choose sound. Over here you can download Spotify music or YouTube music right away. You can also do it later on from Play Store. To use any of those platforms, click on the chosen one over here and log in to use music from it. You can also choose Add New under your sounds to pick any song from your tablet and set it up. If you don't want to do it either, just pick one of those, like Rooster. If you are using Google Assistant routines, to add your alarm to any of them, click on this plus next to the routines. And then set it up. If you don't, you can always do it later. To save your changes, hit save at the bottom right corner of this pop-up. If you wish to edit it at any point, just click on it. If you want to turn on or off your alarm, use this switcher right next to it. And to get rid... I just wanted to make sure it's on. If you want to delete any of them, click on the chosen one and tap on delete at the bottom right corner. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Welcome. In front of me is a Lenovo Idea Tab Plus, and today I'm going to show you how we can put this device into recovery mode. So, to get started, you will want to hold your power button and ignore if Gemini shows up, just keep on holding.
For that, you'll need to connect to a Wi-Fi network first.
So select power off from here and give it a moment for the device to turn off, and from there, once it does, you want to hold power button, volume up and down at the same time. So I'm going to grab the tablet as it's going to be a little bit easier for me to hold it, and I'm just going to smack my hand right here as the camera has a little bit of a hard time trying to focus on just black screen. So anyway, I'm going to hold them now. Now when you see the Lenovo logo show up on a screen, which should be soon, you want to let go of the power button but keep holding volume up and down. Okay, and you can see this is our recovery mode. And in here, you will need to use volume buttons to navigate up or down depending on which one you press. So volume down will navigate down, and up subsequently will go up. And power button then will be used to confirm whatever is selected. Now in here we have options like reboot system now, which takes us back to Android, reboot to bootloader, which will take us to fastboot mode, and same thing goes for the second option below that, which is fastboot mode. Will also take us to fastboot mode. Though these two modes look a little bit different. They're the same, but they look different. So this one, for instance, has a couple more options, which I will navigate to in a moment, just so you can see that. Anyway, next we have apply updates from ADB or SD card, even though there is no SD card tray. Apply updates from UDisk. Okay, wipe data. Mount system, view logs, run test, and power off the device. So anyway, let's stick with the fastboot mode right here, confirm it. And you can see this one has a couple options like reboot system now, which again takes us back to Android, enter recovery mode, which is the previous page, reboot to bootloader, which again is a fastboot mode, just without any kind of options. So you need to hold power button and volume down to leave that one, and power off. So anyway, I'm going to stick with the reboot system now, confirm it, and like I mentioned, this will now bring me back to Android. And there we go. So, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Lenovo Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and let me share with you how to change the navigation type on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here in this left section we have to scroll all the way down to find General Settings. Then let's tap on System Navigation, which is at the very top, and you can choose from 3-button navigation and gestures. I will explain both. So let me start with 3-button navigation as we've got it applied right now. We can change the place of the virtual key navigation. So as you can see right now, it is aligned to the right. We can also align it to the left. So here we've got our navigation keys, and we can also make this option, well, fluid. So basically we can change the position immediately whenever we need it. So now we've got it on the left, but let's pretend I need it on the right. So all we have to do is to simply tap on this corner, and as you can see, the navigation keys will simply change the place, and same with the left side, which is quite cool. You can also adjust the key order, so not only you can change the position right here on this bar, but also you can reorder the back button and the recents depending on which configuration is more comfortable for you. And you can also decide whether you want to use circle to search. You can turn it on and off just by using this switcher, and basically it means that you will be able to tap and hold on the home button in order to be able to circle something and search for it in Google. So this is how it works, and if you wish, you can also set the gesture navigation. Just tap on it. And instead of the 3 buttons, we've got this line, which is responsible for some gestures, some actions. Here you can hide the navigation handle. Obviously, you can still swipe, you can still do everything. So it's up to you whether you prefer to have this bar here or not. And here you can also decide whether you want to use the circle to search. However, you need to turn on the bar. So I mean, it must be visible because this bar works just like the home page in the previous configuration. I mean, in the 3-button navigation. Without it, we will not be really able to use it. All right, so in order to get back to the previous page, just like by using the back button, you have to swipe your finger from the side to the center of your device. And for some reason, it doesn't work now. All right, so as you can see, we cannot really do it using a pen. So we have to do it using our fingers, which is quite confusing, to be honest. But maybe I just didn't read the instructions. So we have to simply swipe our finger from the side to the center. And if you can see that the frame is changing a little bit, you can release the finger. The same situation from the left side, of course. If you'd like to get back directly to the home page, simply swipe your finger from the bottom to the center of your device and make sure that this motion is quick and short. But again, this option doesn't work with the pen. And if you'd like to open the recents, repeat the gesture, so from the bottom to the center, but hold your finger somewhere here. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Idea Tab Plus 12.1 Matte Edition, and let me share with you how to change the keyboard language on this device. So let's begin with opening the app that will provide you with the keyboard. So for example, messages, notes, browser, settings, whatever. Just have the keyboard on the screen. And as you can see, in my case, the keyboard is hidden because usually I use a handwriting. But of course, we can open it. I don't know what happened. Let me do it again. Of course, you can tap on this option here to change to the Google typing, but let's focus on this option. I'm not sure if you can see it, probably because of the background I've got here. However, here we've got the 3 dots icon. So let's simply tap on it. And as you can see, we've got more options to choose from. So I'd like to show the keyboard. So let me tap on the Show Keyboard. And as you can see here, we've got our keyboard on which we can type if we are not the biggest fan of the handwriting. So now all we have to do here is to open the settings. So let's localize this gear icon. And here we've been transferred to the languages, so the settings connected with the keyboard. So let's tap on languages. Here we've got our layouts, so just tap on Add Keyboard, and we've been transferred to the full list of available keyboards from which you can choose. So basically all you have to do is to simply find your language and tap on it. So let me choose maybe this one. Just tap on the specific language and tap on Done. Right here, you can actually choose the keyboard layouts, and depending on the specific language, you will have different number of keyboard layouts. It really depends. Sometimes you will have only 1 and sometimes even up to 7 different keyboard layouts. So just mark the option and then tap on Done. And as you can see, they will be immediately applied to the list. And before I'll show you how to remove the language, I'd like to show you how to use the keyboard with 2 or more languages added. So let me go back. Let's open the keyboard again. Again, here we have to show it. And let me tap on OK. All right. Let me open the keyboard. So basically, right now we've got our English layout. And unfortunately, we do not have the next language key right here on the keyboard, probably because of the size of it. However, we can add it. So just tap on this 4 dots icon here. And as you can see, here we've got next language. So just tap on it and hold it and then drag it to this top position so we will have fast access to it. So now we've got English and let's tap on the 4 dots icon and tap on this globe icon, thanks to which we can change the keyboard layout. As you can see right now we've got a different one. Tap on it again and again we've got English. So this is how it works. This is how to add the keyboard language to the keyboard. And if you'd like to moreover, I forgot to mention that if you will tap on those 3 dots icon here, you will also be able to change the language. So here we've got English, and then we can set the different one. And if you'd like to remove the language, simply tap on the four dots icon, go to the settings, and here in the languages, tap on this edit icon in the right upper corner. Mark the language that you'd like to remove and tap on the trash bin icon. And as you can see, we've got only one language applied. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Welcome. In front of me I have the Lenovo Idea Tab Plus, and today I will show you how you can boot this device into fastboot mode. So, to get started, you will want to hold your power button in order to access the boot options, and when you do, Gemini will show up first, so keep on holding and ignore that one. So from here, select power off. I'm gonna hold my hand somewhere on the display just so the camera can focus on my hand, otherwise it does this. So anyway, once the device turns off, you want to hold power button, volume up and down at the same time. So I'm gonna start pressing all three of them. And let go of the power button once the Lenovo logo shows up on the screen. There we go. Now, as you can see, this enters recovery mode. Now, from here, we can actually navigate to fastboot mode. Now, we have two different ways of accessing fastboot mode. I'm going to show both of them, but I'm going to start off with the one that is actually labeled as fastboot mode, just because it's a little bit easier to go to the other one from there. So in this mode, recovery mode, you will need to use the volume buttons to navigate, as you can see, and power button will be used to confirm whatever is selected. So with that in mind, let's select enter fastboot and then confirm it. And here is our first fastboot mode. And here again, we can navigate the same way as before using volume buttons and power button. And we have a couple options like reboot system now, enter recovery mode, reboot to bootloader, or power off. So from here, I'm actually going to select the third option, reboot to bootloader. And this is actually the second fastboot mode. So if I click on it, give it a moment. I think I confirmed it, right? Oh no, I didn't. Let's try that again. There we go. Didn't press the power button hard enough. So give it a second, and there you go. At the bottom, you can see it's labeled as fastboot mode, and it gives us a quick message. Keep pressing both power button and volume down key together to force power off device. So this is basically more like force reboot. This is a way for us to leave this mode, as there's no menu in here. So anyway, I'm going to hold these two buttons now. And the moment the screen turns off, you can let go of these buttons. There we go. I think it should start to boot up on its own. We'll see in a second. I guess not. So let's hold the power button. So I guess the message was correct. It is actually just shutting it down. And as you can see, we're now back in Android. So, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a Lenovo Idea Tab Plus, and today I will show you how you can boot this device into safe mode. So, first thing you will want to do is hold your power button And if you get any kind of Google, Gemini, or anything like that pop up, just ignore it and keep on holding it. And you should get the boot options. From here, you want to hold power off. When you do, you can see it changes into reboot to safe mode. With quick message, do you want to reboot into safe mode? This will disable all third-party applications that you have installed. They will be restored when you reboot again. So, just to give you a little bit of explanation, what it refers to is any application that you have installed yourself, like for instance what I have right here. I presume Opera will fall under that as well, that I can see already here. Those applications in safe mode will be temporarily turned off. Neither me nor the device can turn them on. And this is done for troubleshooting purposes, as if you were to create some kind of application yourself, and that application is now causing you problems because you're just test running it. You can boot that device into safe mode and then safely manage that application from there without it causing you any kind of problems. So anyway, I'm going to confirm that, and this will just camera please, there we go, and this will reboot the device, and when it boots back up, it will automatically enter that safe mode. Okay, now that you can see we're back up, we do have this little wire marking right here letting us know that we are in safe mode. And when I unlock the device, you will see, let's give it a moment. Okay, so here it actually hides these applications. As you've seen before, Opera was somewhere like right here, it's gone. So it looks like on this device, these applications disappear. On other devices, they tend to become monochrome and semi-transparent, but still are manageable from your home screen. Here, everything is gone. The only thing that remains are the widgets, though they're not functional, as you can see. So if you need to manage your application, what you would need to do is go to your settings, and in settings, navigate to applications, wherever that is. And where the hell is it? Oh, there we go. Apps right here. And then select all apps and find whatever app you want to manage from here. So you can see there's plenty other applications that are not visible right now on the home screen. So you have some games right here. There was also like a game that was visible right here. And there's the Opera. So you click on it and, for instance, uninstall it from here. Now, once you're done with this mode and you want to go back to the normal one, we're just going to reboot the device again, or reboot it in general. So hold power button and just select reboot right here and let the device boot back up. And as you can see, we are now back in Android and also in normal mode. So, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a Lenovo Idea Tab Plus, and today I will show you how you can enable power saving mode on this device. Okay, so let's get to it. We're gonna swipe down from the top of our screen. This will reveal a bunch of toggles and notifications, and right here where you have these circular toggles, we're going to swipe down in this area once more. This will extend the list of visible toggles and also reveal the power saving mode, or as it's called right here, battery saver. I'm going to check if there's any other battery saver. Sometimes you might have like an ultra one. And additionally, I do want to also point out, if you can see this toggle anywhere in here, you can click right here on this little box and then scroll down where you see this text, hold and drag to add a tile. So everything below right here are toggles that you can add in addition, which would also imply toggles that aren't visible to begin with in that list. So let's see, do we have... No, we don't have super power saving mode. So in any case, if you want to add something, you just hold it from here. The text right above should change. There we go. You can see it changes, and now I can drag it. Stop. There we go. Drop it right here. Go back, and it's visible right here. Now from here, you can now definitely see your power saving mode or battery saver, as you should have added if you didn't have it before. And you can number one tap on it, and we'll bring up this window, turn on battery saver. Battery saver turns on dark theme, restricts background activity, and delays notification. Now, out of this entire message, the most important one is the delays of notifications, as the way it's going to do it, it typically means that it's going to turn off Wi-Fi and mobile data. Now, in this case, I think it's just going to be Wi-Fi. I don't know if there's even mobile data connectivity in this device. So even if it is, both of them usually get turned off when you're not using the device. So I'm going to select turn on, and there we go. There's our power saving mode enabled. So the moment I do this, after like 5 or 10 minutes, whatever it's set to, the device will go into like a sleep mode in a way and disconnect from Wi-Fi and mobile data. And because of that, applications that require internet connection to check for notifications will no longer be able to do this. Now, the device will, because it delays them, not disables them altogether, the device will reconnect to Wi-Fi or mobile data every so often to give these applications a chance to see if they're missing some kind of notifications. So you might be experiencing that most of your notifications come to you at once in bulk. So that would be because of the power saving mode. So there we go. Now once you're done with it, you can find this toggle once again and tap on it once more to turn it off, and this will revert all the changes. Now we can also hopefully hold it. There we go. And this will take us to the settings where we have a couple more options right here. So turn off after reaching power level. So this is looking like it's enabled by default. So when you start charging your device and you have power saving mode enabled, it will automatically be turned off when the battery reaches 90% or more. And subsequently you also have the option to turn on power saving mode when the battery level drops below a specific percentage, which you can adjust right here. Now, funny enough, here it's the other way around. So you turn it on and you are able to adjust it, which I personally like. I'm mentioning that because most devices have it that when you turn this feature on, so it automatically enables power saving mode after a specific percentage, you can't adjust this percentage. You have to turn it off, then adjust it, and then turn it back on. Here, if you're turning it on, you can actually adjust it. Oh, thank you. That seems like a much better option. So in any case, with, for instance, as it said right now for me, once the battery drops below 40% or 42 below, it will automatically turn on power saving mode. So in this kind of way, the device will automatically be turning it on and off based on the battery percentage, and I don't really need to do anything. Now, 40% might be a little bit high, so maybe something like 25 would be better. And obviously 90 can't be adjusted, so you're stuck with that one. And one more thing, in here we don't have any kind of figures in terms of battery life, so that's something that you need to check out yourself if it's even worth running. Some devices have a very piss poor power saving mode, which you might as well not even use because the downsides of it don't really give you any benefits, or the downsides are, well, there, while the power saving mode doesn't really save any power with those downsides. So one of the prime candidates for this kind of crappy power saving mode is things like Realme, Vivo, Oppo, and OnePlus. All four are owned by the same parent company, and they do give you timer, and oh boy, they might as well not give it because that power saving mode is abhorrent. Here we don't have it, but you should be able to go into let's see here. Is there more about battery? No. So it seems like, oh, there we go. Here we have a little bit more. So battery saver, charge optimization, so not this. Oh, there we go. You can actually see right here. It shows us that we have about 17 hours of battery life left. I don't think this will change if we enable power saving mode. I do want to clarify this. We're going to try. Oh no, it does. So there we go. You can actually see we have gone up by, well, measly 3 hours. So this is one of the shitty ones. 3 hours on this kind of battery, which is like, I believe, 10,000 milliamps, when it's 95%, meaning that when you want to enable this at like, I don't know, below 50%, you're looking at maybe an hour of extra battery life from, at that point, 10 hours. So that's only like 10% of extra battery life. It's not much. So anyway, now that you know that, well, obviously you can try to maybe manage your battery a little bit better, because power saving mode surely won't be doing that for you. But in any case, I hope you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a Lenovo Idea Tab Plus, and today I will show you how you can capture a screenshot on this device. So, to get started, you will want to open up the content that you wish to capture, which for me, I'll be using the home screen as an example for this, which is already open and everything that I want to capture is visible on the screen. Just make sure that what you want to actually capture is visible right now, and once it is, you just want to press the power button and volume down at the same time, like so. You get a pop-up with a couple options like delete, scroll, and I think this is share. I didn't click it on time. Let's check. Yep, it's share. And you should be able to capture a screenshot in most applications. Now, there is a little bit of a limitation. Certain apps will block this. Such an example of an application that will be blocking it would be most of the time any kind of bank application. Reason for that happening is if you consider that some kind of malware on your device would be trying to spy on you using screenshots or screen recordings to see what kind of pins or passwords you're typing into your bank app, you can imagine how that would be detrimental to your security. So because of that, when such a malware or even you would try to capture a screenshot or record screen in a bank application, bank app just straight up blocks it. It doesn't really care who is trying to do this. It gives you options to capture a screenshot or to capture kind of content that you probably would want to capture in the application. So instead of being able to capture a screenshot itself in a bank app, you can, for instance, download confirmations, right? So if you paid for something and you want to take a screenshot of that, instead of being able to do that, you just click on it, 3 dots of that transaction, and download a PDF file that would confirm that. So it gives you some workaround. Now, alternatively, other applications that do this would be streaming platforms. Now, they, unlike bank apps, don't do this to protect your privacy or security. They do it to protect their own ass. So they do it as a means to basically prevent piracy. But I'm in the kind of group of people that would believe that I couldn't give 2 shits less what the reasoning is. This is my tablet, which I paid money for, and I have never given that application a shred of freaking ability to do anything on my device, so therefore it should shut the fuck up and just piss off from what I can do on my device, no matter if that application I opened it or not. And reason for that is, if I open up Netflix, which usually that garbage comes pre-installed, I don't own a Netflix account, so on what grounds is it blocking me? It sure as shit isn't because I agree to terms of service or privacy policy or anything like that, because I haven't. I never owned a Netflix account, so I couldn't. And usually that application comes pre-installed, so they didn't even download it. But it's not like that would matter. And when you open up that application, it doesn't even ask you. And you can't capture a screenshot. Now, I'm in a group of people that would believe that this is fair use. I don't give a shit about your piracy problems. You can deal with that shit yourself outside of my tablet. So, for people that do want to capture a snippet of a show that you might be watching or a movie, I'll show you some alternatives that you can use to do that, to do just that, because you are in your damn right to do it, especially if you're paying for this cringe garbage. So, alternatively, obviously, you can kind of use what I'm going to show you for not using even Netflix altogether. But hey, how you use it, it's not to me. I'm not going to judge. So in any case, we're going to go to our browser. And in here, I already navigated into this. So let me just back out. Now I'm going to clarify, this by all means is not the perfect solution. There was one that was better, but possibly because I was showing it off. Yeah, they got a basically a strike, like copy or DMCA strike or whatever the hell they call it, and they took down the site. Now, for any cunts that try to kind of go against whatever I'm showing right here, piss off. Either know how shit works or just completely piss off, because this, what I'm showing right here, is a website. This website doesn't like give me the it gives me as much of an access to this content as much as the browser allows me to access this content. So if you're going to go against this site specifically, you might as well go against the browser that I can view it on, because that's basically the equivalent of it. This site just gives me a connection to a source that is providing it. It's not, they're not the ones providing it. It's as much as if I type the site that I'm viewing on browser is the one that is accommodating spreading of this, right? So in any case, in here, let me also back out once more, I think, or go home. Now, oh, I'm not connected to network, that would explain. There we go, let's fix that up. Now, I will be honest, this one isn't the best one, as literally doing this, boom, an ad. So possibly an ad block would be a great option right here. But why is this so slow? Just what the hell is this? Whatever. Oh, there we go. Got rid of this crap. So in here we have, there we go, things like movie shows. So let's just open up what I had before, plus this, and not the ad. And hey, once it starts loading, I can just capture a screenshot without any kind of hassle or problem. So there we go, boop, screenshot. So there we go, captured it, no problem. And again, what I'm about to show you here, I'm in my right to do so. I think this should be under fair use. This is literally a screenshot. You can't really do anything. And what I showed right here, in terms of the content visible, that was like 10 seconds at best of content. So again, any kind of company that wants to strike this, go piss off. Anyway, now to view any kind of screenshot I've captured, no matter from what source, assuming you could capture it, typically if you can't capture it, I think it gives you notifications, at least for screenshots, not for screen recordings. So once you capture them, you can find everything in the collections tab and in screenshots. And you can see right here, I have a couple of screenshots. So here's, come on, there we go. This is what I was showing right here. Oh, sorry, it was only 3 seconds actually of content shown. We got the 2 home screens, and yep, that's about it. So that's where you will be able to find all your screenshots in here, neatly organized. Now, that being said, in here you should also, I think, be able to see screen recordings as well, possibly, if you capture them. Now, for me, screen recordings will certainly not show up right here just because how it's set up. But in your case, you might see screenshots and screen recordings. So in any case, that about sums it up. Now, I hope you found this very helpful and some of the information that I given here informative. And please don't go after these websites, for God's sakes. And in any case, if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a Lenovo Idea Tab Plus, and today I will show you how you can hard reset this device through recovery mode. So, before I get started, there's a couple things that I want to mention. So number one, you can do this kind of reset in order to get rid of a screen lock if you have one set that you don't know. I have a pattern for this, and I'll be proceeding from the lock screen later on as though I wouldn't know it. So that's number one. Number two, when you do this kind of reset in order to get rid of a screen lock, chances are your device will become FRP locked. And what that means is when you're going to the setup process after the reset, you'll be forced to verify either the screen lock, which you didn't know, or the Google account that was previously signed in on the device. This will only show up if this device had a Google account signed in before the reset. If it didn't and it only had the screen lock, then this won't happen. You won't have that protection enabled. So that's not one. Number three, info is if you have your device locked after the reset and you can't verify it, some places like the GSM stores that tend to sell. Geez, that was hard to pronounce for some reason. Sell used devices. Typically, they have like the phones in a window. Used ones meaning. They tend to offer these kind of services to unlock these devices at a small fee. Though I can't guarantee that this will work or if they will be able to do it for this device. But if you're out of options, you can check that out. And lastly, any kind of data that is stored on the device will be completely removed. So if it's not synced to the cloud or backed up, you basically lose it. And if you have a Google account, chances are you probably already got baited into backing up things like your photos to the cloud because Google is obsessed with just stealing all your data. So in a way that could have been good for you, assuming you don't have more than 15 gigabytes of photos, then these probably are backed up, and you can actually quickly check it by just opening up on your web browser on a computer, signing into the same Google account that is on this device, and checking if in the photos after you signed in to your Google account, if you have any kind of photos in there. If you do, you're kind of good to go. And other than that, you have also contacts and other things that could be in here. But applications and app data and downloaded files, stuff like that will be removed, and you don't really have much of a way to back them up if you don't know your screen lock. Now, for people that can access their device and haven't backed up their tablet, you can navigate either to your browser, to your settings, and in the settings all the way to the bottom to general settings, and then select the backup, and this one will be done through Google. So personally, I don't like backing up through Google as it is a little bit limited, and if you're resetting this device and backing it up for purposes because you get a new tablet, I would possibly recommend checking out if that new device has their own kind of proprietary software that companies make to allow you to migrate data from your old device to the new one. So as an example, if I wanted to migrate data from this device to something like a Samsung, either phone or tablet, because this is a new one, let's say, I would download what Samsung uses for this, which is application called Smart Switch. It comes preloaded on any kind of Samsung device, but you will need to download it on through Play Store on this one. And from there you can select, once you open it up, that this is an old device. And here, once you open it up, you select that it's a new one, and you can then move over data from one place to another. And it works really great. Now, like I said, some companies have their own version of this. So Samsung has the Smart Switch. Xiaomi, for instance, have Mi Mover. Oppo, Realme, OnePlus, and Vivo have the clone phone, while Huawei has phone clone, so the other way around. And so, like I said, some companies have their own, and you can check out if said company has some kind of version of this application, but it's only working in one direction if it's different companies. So I couldn't use Smart Switch on this device to move data from Samsung to the tablet. It only allows me to move to Samsung. For instance, Samsung would develop this application to help you move and manage data between their devices and to their devices, but they're surely not going to make it easy for you to move away from their devices. That's, that would be a stupid investment of money. So anyway, with that being said and out of the way, we can now proceed with the reset. So I'm going to lock the device and proceed from the lock screen as though I don't know my screen lock. So there it is. I'm going to hold the power button. And if you get Gemini or anything like that show up, ignore it and keep on holding till you have this page visible. From here, select power off and give it a moment. Once the device turns off, you're gonna hold power button, volume up and down. So all 3 buttons. Now I'm gonna keep my hand on the screen as the camera, you can see, has a little bit of a hard time focusing on the tablet. So if I have my hand, it just focuses on that. So anyway, I'm gonna start holding them. And you want to let go of the power button when the Lenovo logo shows up on the screen. There we go. So I'm going to let go of the power button. And this will take us to the recovery mode. Once you see it, you can let go of both of the buttons. And now, using volume buttons to navigate, let me zoom in. Come on, camera. There we go. So hopefully it's a little bit better visible now. So using volume buttons, we can navigate in order to select Wipe Data Factory Reset. So just start pressing volume down. Once it's selected, press the power button to confirm it. And Factory Data Reset. Now at the bottom, oops, if I move it, you can see when you press on that, it quickly went through all 3 of them. So it started wiping data, formatting metadata, and then data wipe complete. At which point, when it says data wipe complete, reboot system now will be selected by default. So just press power button once more, and this will reboot the device and continue resetting it in the background. Now, because it is continuing the reset, it will take the device about minutes to 2 minutes to finish that reset. And when it has, we should be presented with the setup screen. So anyway, I'm going to run through and come back once that setup screen is visible for me. And as you can see, the process is now finished, and you can set up your device however you like. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a Lenovo Idea Tab Plus, and today I will show you how you can hard reset this device through settings. So, before I get to the actual resetting process, I do want to talk about backing up your device. So if you're not interested in this, by all means skip by like 6-7 minutes or so, as I will be probably talking about 2 different methods of going about this and explaining the ups and downs of both of those. So let's start off by opening up our settings, and in here if you scroll all the way to the bottom, we'll find general settings, and then in here we should have the option to, there we go, back up our device. Now this backup is going to be, there we go, done through Google. And you can see your Google account listed right here, which this data will be backed up to. Now this is a okay option if you don't have any other alternative means of backing up your device. So the reason I'm saying any other options, and this is what I would consider as a last resort, is because Google as a backup is absolutely abhorrent. For instance, for photos and videos, automatically back up to Google Photos. So this is already partially being done because this piece of shit pop-up always comes up and pesters you about basically backing it up. And you probably by mistake already agreed to this, meaning that you give Google your photos so they could, feed it to their AI so it can be trained. Well, that's great. But then, these cunts have the audacity to limit you only to 15 gigabytes of data being uploaded to their cloud. So that's for free, right? So if your photos exceed 15 gigabytes or any kind of data exceeds 15 gigabytes, then it's going to get left behind. Primarily, that kind of falls on their photos. They just get left behind if you have more than 15 gigs. And you can obviously pay Google an extra fee to extend your storage, cloud storage, to higher capacity. Sometimes you actually get it for free. For instance, if you bought something like the S25 or possibly even S26, now I'm not sure if that's also included, they do give you the option to basically get a free subscription to like the Google kind of Pro or whatever they have, that it gives you, I think, 2 terabytes of storage instead of the 15 gigs. So, but that's going to cost you. For free, it's only 15 gigs. And additionally, it backs up things like contacts, which again, these are monetizable by Google, so that's why they're uploading it. This is basically you giving away personal information of other people that have never consented to this, which I just consider to be disgusting that this is even normal or legal. Call history, device settings, apps and app data. Now this is inaccurate. It doesn't back up shit in this kind of aspect. SMS messages and MMS messages, that's fine. And SIMs. Now, I'm not sure how it's backing up SIM if it's a physical card and this is a tablet that doesn't even have support for it, but hey, whatever. So in any case, the worst part is this one, the apps and app data. Now, app data a little bit less, but apps themselves. If apps came from Play Store, that's fine. If they came outside of Play Store, too freaking bad. Go figure it out yourself. Google definitely is not going to be backing it up for you because you dared to not use Google Play Store. Oh, the atrocity committed here. So that's one. And another annoyance right here is, let's just assume you downloaded some kind of application from Play Store, which originated from there, right? Like, let's just say Yuzu emulator. I highly doubt it's available. I don't even know how to write it, to be completely honest, but let's see. It's like this. Oh, would you look at that? There is no Yuzu emulator. Oh, what a surprise. So, what I was showing right here is an application that used to be, I believe, on Play Store. And because Nintendo found out about its existence, they send their freaking airstrike onto the people that have created it with their legal team that basically just nukes them with, legal documents to the point that no one really wants to pick a fight with Nintendo. So they prefer to just fold like laundry and piss off and let Nintendo be the absolute pieces of shit of the universe with their IPs and their blatant overstep of what they consider their stolen they're basically like encryptions or whatever for their systems, right, for Nintendo, which most people, from what I know, are kind of reverse engineering it, so they're not really stealing it. They're making their own, but whatever. It doesn't really matter to the court and to people that are making this. Obviously, the fight isn't worth it. So in any case, with that explained, you have this application, which is completely fine. It was on Play Store. You backed it up through Google. You think you're safe and sound. Now you go back to restore this application. And here comes the news flash. You're not restoring Yuzu anymore. because the backup was never created as you would think, like the actual name would suggest backing up. Now, backing up would imply that you're taking what's right here and creating a copy of it somewhere else. Now, in this case, you're not really creating a copy, you're just kind of creating a little cliff note for the restoration process to pull the user emulator back from Play Store. If it doesn't exist on Play Store anymore because Nintendo Hit Squad got to the creators, you got nowhere to get it from anymore, even though you supposedly backed it up. Now, I might be insane right here, but if I backed up something and I don't have access to it, then was it really backed up? So in this case, like I said, this is a piece of shit kind of way of doing about it, and you shouldn't really do this at all. Now, hopefully there's an additional way of backing up your device. Let's quickly check if they have any kind of application for this, as most companies do, but they do name it differently. Let's see. Could it be this? No, this doesn't seem to be this. Let me quickly check if they actually have something. Okay, let's be honest, Google Gemini is an absolute moronic design. Okay, cool. It tells me that there are clones, not tablet clone application. So I don't think there might be any kind of option right here. But this doesn't really matter all that much, depending on what you're creating a copy or backing up your device for, or resetting it for. So I'm gonna put it this way. This tablet doesn't have its own proprietary program that would allow you to clone the data off of it to other device. That would be other device being typically Lenovo as well. But it doesn't really matter, because if you're, for instance, creating a clone of your tablet or moving data, migrating it from one to another, typically you're doing it to a newer device. So if that newer device isn't Lenovo, and let's just say it's Samsung, Samsung has their own application, and because you're moving to that, you'd be using on this device actually the Samsung's version of what I was talking about, which Samsung uses Smart Switch, and you would download it through Play Store, application called Smart Switch, and then it would allow you to connect this tablet to the Samsung one or a phone as well. It doesn't really matter if you're doing this to tablet or phone, and then move every kind of shred of information that is on here, regardless of where it originated from and what it is. You're not like, handicapped for no reason right here. It just allows you to straight up move everything. And it's generally pretty great. And most or decent amount of phone manufacturers have their own version of this. Like I said, Samsung has Smart Switch, Xiaomi has Mi Mover, Oppo, Vivo, OnePlus, and Realme have Clone Phone. Huawei has Phone Clone, so the other way around. And I think Motorola has Moto Move or something along those lines. So you have ample amount options for different brands that you can utilize. And depending on which one you will be moving to, or which brand of tablet or phone you have lying around, you can create that backup to that device, either as a backup or just straight up migrate to it. Now, with that out of the way, this one would be the best way to manage your data, in my opinion, especially if you're moving to a new device of one of those brands. That's going to be hands down the best way, and by all means, skip Google at all costs in this case, because you have much better option. Like I said, if you also have Lenovo, it seems like they don't have their own application, so you kind of would be shit out of luck, and you would need to use probably Google, which wouldn't be a complete backup probably. In any case, now with that being all explained and all that, we can move on. So let's move to our settings again. And we're going to go back to where we had the backup option. Just going to back out to the main page of General Settings. And right below Backup, we have Reset Options. And here you just want to select Erase All Data, Factory Reset. And this will present you with a list of data that will be removed by this process, which includes things like Google accounts. Don't worry, the actual accounts aren't deleted. They're just signed out from this device. You can still re-sign into them on other devices or even on this one after the reset is finished. Next, we have things like System App Data and Settings, Downloaded Apps, Music, Photos, and User Data. The most important one being User Data, as this is typically just unique to you. But it also shouldn't really matter, as we should have created a backup of our data already. So in this case, we're just going to select Erase All Data. If you have some kind of screen lock, confirm it right here. It gives you just one last message: erase all data, all of your personal information and downloaded apps will be deleted. You cannot undo this action. Yeah, let's gonna proceed forward by selecting Erase All Data. And this will focus. And this will now begin resetting your tablet, which will take approximately 1 to 2 minutes. I'm gonna keep my hand right here in the shot just because, there we go, camera has hard time focusing if there's nothing on the screen. But anyway, I'm gonna run through and come back once the process is finished. And as you can see, the process is now finished and you can set up your device however you like. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a Lenovo Idea Tab Plus, and today I will show you how you can record a screen on this device. So to get started, you will want to swipe down from the top of your screen, and this will reveal a bunch of toggles. Now, somewhere in here you should be able to find your screen recorder. Swipe down once more in this area to extend the list of visible toggles, and let's continue looking for it somewhere lower. Oh, there we go. That's actually visible right here. So anyway, once you see this toggle, you can see, can we hold it? Yes, we can. So first time around, you can hold it. This will take you to the settings, and we can change things like the resolution, which is set to medium. I'm going to be changing it to high. If I'm correct, medium will be 720p, while high will be 1080p. That's usually how it is, but who knows how this is here. Usually also have the resolutions written instead of just high or medium. And in terms of quality, this is the only thing we can change right here. We have options, for instance, for let's see, oh, there we go, sound right here. So sound source. So we have option to record no sound, equipment sound, which is the sound of the tablet itself, microphone, so this would only record mic, or both, so device and mic. Now when you're planning to use the last one, I would recommend maybe using something like headphones, as typically what might happen is the device sound will be recorded through software, then that sound going to come out through speakers, and microphone will be picking it up the second time around, which would create an unwanted echo effect. So something to be aware of. Now I'm going to stick with just the device sound, and let's close this up. Let's find the toggle once more and simply tap on it. This will bring up this overlay, and from here I can start recording by clicking on the circle, and I can now open up any kind of application I want. Let's see, what do I want to record? What do we have? Nope, we don't have Netflix. How about, oops, let's try. Nope. Now, the reason I wanted to open up one of these is because these, for instance, two are prime suspect that come pre-installed with the device and tend to violate your personal property. Anyway, I'm going to open up something that I can record. Let's just do whatever this is. Anyway, so from here we can just close this up. There we go. And once you're done recording, you can click right here to stop it. Now this actually will not be visible in the recording. And we can also get rid of it. So we have our recording, and we can now navigate to our Photos app. The hell is Photos? Oh, there we go. And to view what we have recorded, we might need to navigate to Collections. And in Collections, I believe you will be able to see it under Screenshots. Normally, this isn't normal. So I believe normally you would be able to find it in here. I mean, it's literally called Screenshots and Screen Recordings. So yeah, you should be able to find it in here. But for me, this is actually going to be located in the crappier location, which is custom made, let's call it this way. Just unfortunately not by me. So I think it's going to be on this device, and there we go, screen recorder, and that is. Now typically, like I said, that would be in that screenshot album, I believe. So now we can just simply click on it, come on, to view it. And while this is playing, I do want to explain something that you might experience, which is the reason why I wanted to open up Netflix or Spotify. So what I'm about to open will be recordable, so we'll actually have content visible. But occasionally you might encounter content that will not let you record it. That's why I wanted to open up Netflix, as this is one of those applications that just straight up blocks it. Now, most devices don't ever inform you about this, so you might be just recording whatever you want and thinking that it's going all great, but then when you get to the application, let's just kind of go to this. So you get to the application, and instead of seeing it open like this one is right now, what you see is just black screen, nothing on it, just straight up blackness. And this is using a feature, or this kind of effect is happening due to a feature that Android comes with, a feature that applications can enable. So this is, I believe it's called drawing over other applications, which allows, for instance, Netflix or Spotify to straight up block your screen recorder from being able to see the screen. And typically this would be done for your privacy and security, and it's also most commonly and correctly being used by bank applications. So if you imagine that you have some kind of bank app and you also manage to get some kind of malware on your device, that would be spying on you, either taking screenshots or recording your screen when you're, for instance, opening up your bank app and then typing in your PIN or your passwords, all that stuff, and obviously sending it to yourself. This would be detrimental to the security of your bank. So obviously bank uses that feature to block this kind of thing from happening. So whatever malware you have that is trying to spy on you, it can't see anything. But where it's not being used correctly is by applications, like I said, like Netflix, which will block it just because go screw yourself. There's no actual reasonable explanation, as this application doesn't have anything personal like this of yours, doesn't protect your money or anything like that. So it's just done in reality to protect the application from piracy. But you as a user of it and of your device being the owner of it, you shouldn't give two shits what the reason is. You want to record it, which is completely fine. It even better off, you're actually legally allowed to record this and share it up to, what is it, 30 seconds or some short period of time. It falls under fair use. So an application coming in here, swinging the dick around, telling you what you can or cannot do, actually without even telling you, just blocking you from doing so, is blatantly violating your property. You never allowed this or agreed to this. As Netflix, when for instance it comes pre-installed with your application, typically you don't need to even have an account. This crap comes pre-installed and it will automatically be blocking it. Now it never pops up with any kind of pop-up to agree to it. It never asks you to do this, and you might not even be logged in. Hell, you might not ever have been logged in because you never created an account, therefore you never agreed to terms of service or use of the application, and yet it can still do it. Now, I'm one of those people that doesn't have an account, never did. So, for this purpose, I'll be showing you a workaround, because if you're paying for this, shit, even if you don't, I can care less. You should be in your damn right to be able to record it or capture a screenshot of it, because you're paying for this shit. So, I'm going to show you an alternative, which actually doesn't require you to even pay for it. Do with that knowledge what you may, but let's be honest, Netflix brought this up on themselves by preventing me from exercising my right to capture any kind of content on my device. Now, gonna basically show alternative ways of capturing a screenshot or screen recording in the application that I believe you should have been able to capture it. And because I have never agreed to terms of service or use, Netflix can't really tell me that otherwise, because I have never read their user agreement. Shit, I have never agreed to this. So, what we're going to be using for this is just a browser, and browser can capture screenshots. It doesn't block you, no matter what website you're on. And here we're going to navigate to, just get rid of this, there we go. Now, realistically, you can navigate to multitude of different websites that offer the same kind of experience. One that I typically was recommending has shut down, possibly because I was recommending it. So I will say you can use something like just search on search on Google for instance, Netflix for free. You'll get a Reddit page, and in there you'll get a link to a repository of I don't know, over a dozen different places where you can basically get free content that would Netflix or any kind of streaming platform would provide. So one of those would be, there we go, I think it's MOM. Sorry to whoever is in charge of this, if that's going to get you legal notice. And now I do want to point out, this actually This place isn't the one that is distributing this content, by the way. It's just the one that I can like access it through. This is equivalent to a web browser to view the content. So DMCA, go piss off. So anyway, in here we can just open up anything, and oh, for God, love of God, stop giving me these shitty ads. Now this one is pretty crappy. Don't like the fact that there's like ads every time you literally click on a screen. But fuck off. Let's just whip out something right here, popular. This also doesn't work perfectly. Again, another piece of shit tab open. So you can see this will start looking for different repositories. So this place isn't actually providing me with this where I'm pulling this from. So again, DMCA, go F yourself. They are not responsible for this. So there we go. And for love of God, stop with these ads. So this is right now open, and I can capture a video or a screenshot as they are using the same thing. So just to showcase this, there is a screenshot. It doesn't get blocked, and it's a content that I can view. I can also obviously full screen it, so this isn't like forcing you into this. Like I said, there are other options that I can use for this. This is just one that I remember off the top of my head, and obviously it's not the best one. Anyway, so again, we can now go back to our Photos tab, or app. And you can see it right here. Now this is a screenshot, but screen recordings would work the same way. So just a workaround to crappy little features of Netflix or other platforms. Now for Spotify, if you're trying to, I don't know, record some kind of sound, music from it, just use YouTube. It doesn't block it. It offers basically the same content, but it doesn't block it. So thumbs up for that one. Other than that, for YouTube, Hulu, HBO, and other crap, you can use what I just showed you. Capture clip, which, like I said, as long as it doesn't exceed some kind of length, you can technically share it under basically fair use, which is limited to some short period. Keep that in mind, period of like recording. So anyway, that's about it. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.